Peace Epic. Just gonna play a little tune.
Four shootings in less than 24 hours. Gang crime.
The shooting of a teen.
One person shot.
Gang retaliation.
And police are still searching for the
They say the
gunman.
shooting is gang related.
Yeah. Let it rock. You know what I'm saying? I'ma tell you something for real this time. It's been a long time coming, but I'm about to change things. Holler at these kids that like to gang bang. Whether you real with it or just playing games. Whether you maintain or banging that thing. If you bumping this in your whip, you should change lane. Slow up and get your brain on the same frame. We all bleed the same blood through the same vein. We all need the same love, feel the same pain. Some are slang crack, some are slang cane. And it's a damn shame. Brothers acting like Rang Lang. Born them in belly rubber. Knowing jacks don't barely love us. They love to see brothers kill brothers. The 2K4 version of colors. Word to my mommy, Giuliani can eat a dick. It's only God could judge her. Let's keep things rationalized. Anything I write should have nationalized. You ain't scared of no blood. Got that back and throw it up outside after the club. You ain't scared of no credit. Fuck this shit. We can pop this up in here. What if you were true to like us? Sweep that shit under the rug and give each other a hug. Red and blue make purple, the color of love. Red and blue make the color purple. I changed the game like James changed the book. You heard the verse, now let me explain the hook. See, I need all of you gangs to look. See how people came this far, you know what type of pain it took. Do I gotta worry when I wear my blue and my red? That another black man gon' put two in my head? What if it's war? You might need my food in my bed. Just think about it, what good am I that you were from dead? I know we all gotta eat though. It seems like all we know is how to cop a kilo from little to beat though. Bring this shit to the hood, selling shit to our people. Most of y'all niggas is slaves to y'all ego. Vice Lord, Latin King, we need peace, dog. We need to start practicing. See, I'm even trying to do it through this rapping thing. So I don't have to see none of y'all motherfuckers to feel you have to sing. You ain't scared of no blood. Tell that faggot to throw it up outside. You ain't scared of no credit. Fuck this shit. You can pop this up in here. But if you were true to like us, sweep that shit under the rug and give each other a hug. Red and blue make purple, the color of love. Red and blue make the color purple.
That was one of my best
The real
artists.
gangs is the government, the Democrats and the Crips, and the niggas that blooded in is the Republican. Instead of claiming the set, they claim all your minds in Iraq, some in the Ukraine and Tibet. Yet we don't even pose no threat. They got a system out of lockers for killing one another, like they ain't give a shit. They ain't care about Cody Scott, my conception, whether he was an OG or not. Wish somebody would have told me to stop. Shit, I used to shoot a lot. It was like giving Kobe the rock. Nigga Mikey first showed me the Glock. And being we only 13, I was like totally shocked. Thought we was killers, but now we know that we not. Cause he's dead and I'm alone, I get lonely a lot. I don't care if you blood or cuz. If you wasn't or was, nigga, you black. Show each other some love. You ain't scared of no blood. Tell that faggot to throw it up outside after the club. You ain't scared of no credit. Fuck this shit. You can pop this up in here. But if you were true to like us, sweep that shit under the rug and give each other a hug. Red and blue make purple, the color of love. Red and blue make the color purple. Saigon. I can't believe.
Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, how's people doing? Happy New Year, spring equinox. You know what I'm saying? Always makes me laugh when you get people like, I don't Guida, I came on your live. Peace, Charles. I got your message, Epic. I added to it, but then I'm not gonna lie, there's someone on there I'm not really feeling the vibration, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it always makes me laugh when you get certain people when New Year's is coming up. Yeah, I don't celebrate New Year, pagan, it's the winter solstice and all this and that. But you see now, why is it only me who's doing a live for the New Year? God, this is my New Year's. This is like a little tradition for me, although it takes a back seat because that tradition of natural occurrence of spring, of things springing into life, you know what I mean, isn't really seen because obviously the people who are now the established, who established the mentis of ours, has put theirs forth, you know what I'm saying? Their visions forth and whatever. So Yeah, happy New Year's to everybody. It's kind of strange though, because it's been rainy out here, cold, windy. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about your mind state. Gloomy as whatever, but inside I'm shining. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about manifestation, manifesting your own thoughts and feelings towards something. You know what I'm saying? This is the individuality that we all should have. So, you know, it's even to the point where the reason why I've done a live is because to question myself as well. Who says it's a new era? You know, is it another form of indoctrination? It could be, but when you look on an actual natural level of how seasons work, just where we're living, our natural surroundings, it kind of shows that, you know, things become alive again around these times. So maybe it's just more the date, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just more the title of the month, Mars, or what, you know what I'm saying, war, you know, to kind of throw you off, you know, the natural aspects of your surroundings. Because like I say, the establishment that's in charge now, or the established that's in charge now, they've got us in our mentis or our mind thinking that the day starts at 12 at night. How's your day starting at 12 at midnight? Like, for me, that isn't really correct, because what are you doing at the dead of night? You're not awake at them times, you know what I'm saying? You rise erect when the sun rises, you know what I'm saying, or comes across, I should say, whether it's at your zenith or whether it's just at the point of the peace OG filler, respect for coming through, or maybe it's the you know, the entering of the day that brings you to life again, that makes you get up and start that day. And this has to happen in the daytime. So me personally, I'd say 6 o'clock would be the start of the day. The next 6 o'clock at night would be when you're kind of settling, you know what I'm saying, to be going to either sleep or your dream state or your rest period, you know what I'm saying, where you go to revitalize, would normally be around 10 to then get up again at 6. Yeah. Look how many animals at the crack of dawn. You've got cockerels, you know what I'm saying? You've got certain birds. Yeah. And then when you look at the nighttime, you've got the owl, you know what I'm saying? And the owl's quite prevalent in certain occults, and you see this all the time, you know what I'm saying? So we can kind of allude to the fact there's people, obviously, who have controlled seasons, or maybe not controlled the aspect of how we think with signs, symbols, and words and meanings, which in a way has been covered over the natural surroundings, you know, has been covered over again. So when you uncover all of that, you get to the nitty-gritty of things. You start seeing this. You start not being afraid of saying Happy New Year on the 20th of March in the spring equinox, you know? And I just want, or I would like, you know, more people to kind of not be so shy or worried or scared or put off that when we speak like this, it's different. But, you know, I like different. I don't like an echo chamber, you know? I prefer someone who's got a different attraction to things than me, but still fall in the same category type of thing, or, you know, we're on the same wavelength. You know, he might sing that or she might sing that verse, I'll sing this verse, but we're all uni. You know what I'm saying? We're all one. You know, that's how it used to be. Look, OG Philly gets up at the crack of dawn. You know what I'm saying? Automatically, he's always up at them times. A lot of you are. Why? because it's naturally built inside us to be getting up at the times when these natural phenomenons like the sun enters. You know what I'm saying? We are connected to that without even knowing we're connected to it. No, I say that again. A lot of us know we're connected to it, but there's no initiation to connecting to it. It's just a natural attribute, something beyond our scope of comprehension, or, you know, you'd have to make belief or something towards something so much incomprehensible. Is that a word? It is now. Peace, Alexis. I always get them names wrong. You lot just change that name too much. Lexa, Lexis, Lexa. You know what I mean? Just stop it. Lex. So, me as a man growing up, you know, feeding off positive energy. Don't laugh, Alexis. Yeah, me, that type of being who feeds off positivity and good vibes. I ain't afraid to talk like this, to say Happy New Year to people on the 20th of March in the spring equinox. You know what I'm saying? I'm always one of them man for a long time who's done this. And people have thought, well, to be fair, no one's really come and said, yo, what you doing? That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because people, I hate this example, but, you know, it's there, innit? People talk about Jesus rising in Easter. You know what I mean? Or being, I don't know, I think it is, yeah, rising in Easter. Why? Why is it let's take away the name Jesus. Let's just talk about it as a natural occurrence of things rising, things coming to life again, things that you may thought were dead, you know, like your crops. But then the sun comes. You see that sun as something special, not to be worshipped, but to be comprehended as something amazing, a phenomenon. Like, it's mad. Like, sometimes, like, even now to this day, I'll look at the sun and I'll be like, yo, there's a big blood clot thing in the sky what does so much, and we just take it for granted like it's nothing. Like, yo, there's a big energy ball up in that sky, right? And we don't even take any notice of it, really. Like, there's no wonderment towards it, because there's so much bullshit, pardon the language, which is put in between that. You know, it's like they've given us a middleman or a medium for us to then go through to nature without us going straight to it first. Peace, Bronze. Yeah, respect for everyone coming through, man. Appreciate it. It's what I like. New Year's and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I try and let my children know that the sun and the moon and these other wandering stars, or these wonderments that we see, are special. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've gone past so much of natural life, of who we are. We don't even see the sun and the moon, or even the sun, as something special anymore. Why do you think it's a personification of so many things? Apollo, Ra, you know what I'm saying? Helios, Jesus, Zeus, Aisu, or whatever name. And that's because these people at all these certain times seeing that sun as something amazing, of wonderment, of something that gives life. You know what I'm saying? That grows because of what it was doing to the fruits and whatever around it, you know? And although they've personified it, at some point, people further back in era or years would have seen that as a natural phenomenon and just thought, wow. And we've just lost that about everything. You know what I'm saying? Fam, one of my worst fears, right, is being out in the open sea. Or one of my worst dreams that I have sometimes, yeah, it comes out of nowhere, right, is being stuck in the middle of the ocean with just drowned. Like, fam, do you know how scary that is? And that's because we've lost connection to Earth. We've lost connection to everything surrounding that. You know, we've become too symbiotic with the digital, with data. You know what I'm saying? Stats, statistics, instead of natural life. So I just wanted to put that out there. The next thing that's not bothered me, but I find I'm gonna say suspect is the amount of debates people are having now. Respect Alexis. Still can't say your frigging name. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, we should all raise our children in a certain, men especially, shouldn't be scared of showing love. You know, I show a love that isn't personified by names like Aguape, Estacio, Eros, you know what I mean, Phileo and all of that. You know, these Greek names for words or for attributes you have naturally. Are you going to put an attribute? Are you going to put a name on a word on an attribute what's natural, which is love? It's like people didn't know how to love. You know what I mean? Like, did certain people at a time not know how to have a natural love? Yo, imagine this, right? This is how weird I think sometimes. I'll be sat there and I'll be like, yo, I just feel like breeding up a woman, right? And asking, can I have that baby? Or telling one of my baby mothers, yo, let's do an experiment. Let's have a baby and not talk to it or talk to that entity. You know what I mean? Let's just see what words come out naturally. Because it's funny that when my youths were tiny, when they were like 1, 2, and 3, I'd speak babyish to them. Why? Why am I meeting them on that level? Bearing in mind, that's the first speech that comes from a child. And it's like it's already there. It's like everything is there for everybody. Yeah, for everybody. Right? And it's how you attain or how you draw out some of these attributes. And for the fact that people are putting names on things like, even the name love, I can't have a name for how I feel about my children. We shouldn't have names for how we feel about our children. I'll die for mine. and end of. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So, you know, I just feel like names and titles don't really give you much entitlement. You know what I'm saying? It just entitles you to get entangled within a certain entitlement that you'll think you're getting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it would be fascinating to basically have a baby and not speak to that baby and see what words it actually formulates itself. Because I didn't say to I can't remember saying to, let's say my little daughter, my daughter, then I can't remember her. Like, she said dada first. But then she said that when she was like, had a bit more vocal training then. You know what I'm saying? But before that, it was more, aga, ada, abda. And then obviously it was ama, which would have been amma, abda. You know what I'm saying? So what other words would we have to give to a child? Let's take it back to when we didn't really have much. You know what I'm saying? Where words were minimal because facial expressions and movement, gesticulation, demonstration or whatever shown away. You know, vibratory frequency of people would have been more enough tone than speech. See, the mind's an amazing thing. We've been put into this vessel to attain an experience for the architect or creator that we come from. Peace, Key4. Yeah, man. I'm gonna put the link out there still, cause a couple people coming through that really come like that. So I respect that. Yeah, man. Much power and greatness. You see, like when you have words like Gnostic, the G's just silent like ghost, because if you look at the word ghost, it's just another word for host, meaning our breath of life within this vessel is the host. Like the vessel is the host. It's hosting us. We are the light. You know, see, like, yo, I'm not going to lie. It's real difficult for me, because I keep it real. It's real difficult for me to get into any belief system or start making things up, to getting too deep with the imagination. I'm just going to say we are within a magnetized, we're in a magnetized aquarium almost, with pressure points above and below. Within this flesh, we can't leave these either below, above. We're not meant to. See, this isn't the real life. And this is what the Gnostics was kind of saying. Nous. You know what nous is? This is what the Hermetics, I can't even remember the word, but you know, the Hermetic principles and things like this, not that I'm instructed by them, but there is some deep logic, which, like people say about the Bible, but I'd say these things more because they don't pertain to the Bible. They pertain more to things outside the Bible, but still pertain to us, but in a more of a, in a standing way, you'll be able to catch it more. So it's basically what I got from the Hermetic principles, or Hermes, is that he learnt off somebody, but he was of a mind of like almost how mine is. But then again, when I say mine, I think all our minds are like this. We all have an understanding and an inner standing. It's whether or not you can grab that. To understand the voice within your head is you. Didn't have a voice until we became linguistic. So let's just take that energy of us out. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know if we come out of this vessel, do we see us? Because then we've came out of that dimension. See, it wouldn't need air because it's energy. The same energy that's creating you is creating everything else. You know, this is just my opinion, how I see things, you know what I'm saying? And the inner thinking that you can have is that the most natural inner thought that you could have, without saying that, well, who thought of that first? Well, all of you are going to think of it first. Well, it's going to come to you at one point. It's just that in this life now, we're doing it. But our grandfathers and so on and so forth would have done this already. And it's told in different ways. So we're all going to sit there one day or lay there one day in thought, in deep thought, and think what this voice is in our head. But know that it goes further. It will take you that. See, you have to initiate your subconscious just to let it know that the conscious is relevant and it knows. See, the subconscious is the one, is the like the factory reset, but it's also the main hub. That's when you're looking around, you go to a foreign area, foreign country, and you're just looking around. Unbeknown to you, everything is being scanned and recorded, whether or not you've even looked at it. You know what I'm saying? In a way, like you've just looked past something, but that's just been recorded. Now, in this recording, in my opinion, or my comprehension, is that once we release from this vessel, we have all of that as in data. You can't see data. We have to have data, which is energy, but we have to store it through computers. Just like this data has to be stored through us as beings. So once this data releases, how do we not know, or in my comprehension then, is that we then recreate another simulation of all of our recorded thoughts. But The one thought that we may not ever get or see is when we are actually in the womb. Maybe that's not supposed to be, because it's like a cycle. So then, bam, we come back out again. Because it's like when you're playing a computer game, you don't actually see where that dead, when you die, you don't actually see where it's gone. You know, they're just numbers now. But then next minute, cut screen, you're falling from the sky again for your parachute to come out. And that's just like, we don't see us in the womb, but we'll probably remember coming out. It's recorded that we've seen our mum's face first, our father's face or whatever, you know what I'm saying? These things are all recorded. So it's that like innate feeling, that bugging feeling in the back of your mind where it's like, there's something so real. It's too real. It's something so real. It's too real for words. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it is. And this brings me to the debates, because the debates have, I'm not going to lie, been all right, but it's just been doing my head in now, because, you know, like you've got living at a cost for the cost of living. You get it? We're living at a cost because of the cost of living. Yet people are asking for donations. People are trying to work a way for you to take your mind away from the fact that people are poor out here and struggling, man. You know what I'm saying? People are looking at the fact that on certain streams you'll be talking about, you know, wanting to battle, I don't know, Pan-Africans or Flat Earth or Christians or whatever, but you don't want to do it because certain people might come up or you might get struck or tear. So it's all about pay-per-view now. Yo, ain't none of you lot got enough information for me to pay. Real talk. Because a lot of the information that's coming out is circular. It's like a curricula nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The same shit I've been hearing for about 4 years. And a lot of these people haven't moved on and progressed to bigger and better things. And it's kind of concerning, or sus. It is, as my little boy would say, that's sus. Because it is. You know, like, and it's like, my stream ain't, my channel will never grow simply because I ain't never gonna do no ratchet shit. Yeah, I might have a little disagreement, but I don't have debates on this channel. Yeah, look at the word D is a nomination for taking away. Look at the word bait. It has to do with the person, you. It's like when you throw bait to a fish. We're the bait to this information that leaves us lacking. You get probate, rebate, masturbate. Masturbate is when you know yourself. It's not when you're actually like a man's bossing nut. You get me? When you're a masturbate or see, all I've got to do is put the word D in there, master debater. I'm the master at taking away from the information, so we all get caught up in the bullshit that don't mean nothing. You get tax rebate when they give money back to you. Bait is you. Probate. So certain people talk about being master of words, and really you're not. Again, I wouldn't debate, because that would take away from what we're trying to do, conversate and learn. A lot of these debates aren't there for learning. They're there for basically getting subs, getting cash apps, and making sure that they can keep a narrative going on for longer and longer. You know, they might, peace, Mama Chula, you know, they might throw in there a bit of talk about common law, but not enough, because not enough of them really know that type of shit. Otherwise, they'd be saying it, but then again, they wouldn't have, the shit would be like mine. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people would have a lot of people coming through if he was speaking like what I'm speaking now. So yeah, when you masturbate, it means you know yourself. That nothing to do with touching yourself and shit. It means you are a master of you. So you don't need to debate. If anything, you want to rebate. So you debate, I'll rebate it. Yeah, I'm probate, meaning I'm pro me. So I don't want to take away from such information. If you think about it, right, how much of this information really comes through? Like, what are we even learning? Like, what have you learned? Can you remember a debate from last week that you've took away and thought, yo, that got me out of like a scramble? I was able to take that information and say to these people that have sent me a notice for eviction. I learned how to extend the period of time that they were suggesting. You know, I got a ticket for parking, or I got a speeding ticket, but I seen that debate and I learned how to get off it because of none of that. Oh, I looked on the government website because of that guy in that debate who was saying that you can get like free £50 or $50 vouchers for your electric, or food vouchers that the government are giving out. Like, why no one's talking about this? Oh, okay, it's not an argument. You know what I'm saying? It's not for people to just sit there and get their popcorn and think, yep, here we go. I like this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no ego. I used to think I needed ego to make me a man, or make me someone, you know what I mean, that people look up to. But yo, the only people I need looking up to me is my children. You know what I mean? Any people I need looking up to me and knowing that I'm doing well is my baby moves. You know what I'm saying? And anyone I'm trying to help. And that's just the real shit about it. You know, this is why I hardly do streams, because I'm out here actively doing things. Not every day, you know what I mean? That would be a lie. You know, but like I say, on my last stream, I've just secured a nice little placement in this hostel. You know, where people who are living rough or crackheads, you know, they can go there or whatever. And I'm there just basically in an advisory role, a support role, you know, to assist, to be asked questions. Because these people will ask me questions about certain things, and I'll let them know what they may be entitled to help them, you know what I'm saying? I'll let them know where some of these can get needles from. I'll let some of these gal know where to go and get condoms from and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But no one wants to talk about that real life, you know what I'm saying? We'll debate about things that just have not meaningful. So when you come off it, in the next day, it's like, yo, man, I got bills to pay and I'm trapped. You know what I'm saying? Man's looking for a job out here. We don't know how to. We don't know the avenues of business, how to get a business going. You know, same with, like, I have to do it with man over here. You know, some of these money were still dealing drugs like 4 years after I stopped. You get me? I'm saying, yo, you've saved enough money now. Come on, man. You get me? Why don't you start a little a charitable business? You know what I mean? And then I can explain how to do that, how to use your taxes, expenses, and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I've had to get help about this capital, another trust for capital gains. I'm thinking, what the fuck's capital gains? You know what I mean? Well, that's when you get more money from your property than normal. So I've got to do that as well. And that's just the head fuck as well, pardon the language. But this is the shit that people have to do. I have to do it, otherwise I'll lose shit. I've lost loads of money in the crypto, but I've gained a lot of money from it as well. You know, I was able just to do this through drug money. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I could have kept on making more money doing drugs and then filtering that through. But why? Why? You know what I mean? That means I ain't got a sense of worth still. You know, we all, like I keep saying, health is wealth and money ain't wealth. Especially not this money that we're getting. You know what I'm saying? It is ridiculous. We're getting had in so many ways. We're buying gold, yeah? Imagine buying the real currency with fake currency. Crazy. Yet that real currency is seen as, what the fake currency is seen more than the real currency. That's how they've had us up. I remember when I got raided, they took all my money. They didn't take my gold. They can't take gold. They won't take silver. They're not going to take silver, sterling. The reason they don't take gold is because that's the real currency. That means that they're going to have to do something with that. Either take that or give me back that fake fiat money. But they take the fiat money. See, I'm not going to lie. I intend to try and get into every little nook and cranny of like certain establishments, certain organizations. You know, I'm always reading certain acts because a lot of these people will start saying, "Oh, it's a new law." It's not, but it's not a law. It's a policy. You know what I'm saying? And then people will think, "Oh, it's a law. I've got to abide by it." Instead of looking into it and thinking, "How can that be a law? What bill was passed?" It's an act that has to be passed for a policy to get put in place. See, this is where the whole, you're not acting right because you're not going accordingly with the acts and regulations of the society that you're surrounded in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Happy New Year, though. You dig? I'll put out the link. Oh, I'm already bored of my voice. Like, why are so many people like just believing in other people's minds and stuff like that's weird. Get me? Like if I started saying like, that's why I always say it's my opinion, it's my stance, but I'm always open-minded. But you're never gonna hear me be like, yeah, that's facts. You get me? Drop a bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. It's like kindergarten, man. You get me? I'm not gonna lie, like, so a lot of these man, yeah. Yo, someone find Bobby Knight for me and bring him up here, man. Because I like that brother. You know what I'm saying? I like his stance on things. He's real, you know what I'm saying? And I want him to come over here and bless my channel. Bless my channel, I should say. But the link's there if anyone wants to hit it. You get me? Get the fuck up here, man. I'm getting bored of talking. Help me out. But yeah, I don't think I could like move with a lot of these type of man because I wouldn't say like they're weak because I don't know them like generally, but just from listening to some of them sometimes they're very like weak-minded, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't got no testicular fortitude. Like they would crumble under any type of real verbiage of something, you know what I mean? It's all good and well being on YouTube talking about belief. You know, I could do that. I could talk about belief for ages. You know what I mean? And then just get off and be like, what the fuck was I talking about? That was bullshit. But a lot of people will run with that and be like, yeah, man, that's true still. I'll be like, what? This is my belief, man. You don't have to believe me. You know what I mean? I don't even say to people, believe in yourself. I say, know yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's just so crazy, but you've got like, you got man who say they're, what is it? Geometricists, or I don't know the patterns and everything, and know all this and all that, do all that. What Halloween's really is, what all these holidays really is, but still be saying in January and blood clot February, things are changing in 2023. We're in 2023. I'm like, yo, you man talk about the ancestors bag of times. Didn't ancestors tell you that there's no blood clot no January, no New Year's in December? Cause mine did, but my ancestors was like my mom, my grandma, my great grandma. You get me? like, come on, man. It's mad out there. Mad out there. But I just suppose it's like, you know, when you've been a bullshitter yourself, when you've lied and cheated yourself, like you can't, like, no, you can't cheat me. You get me? You're chatting to a man who used to bullshit people. You get me? Who used to manipulate people. Like, what you This don't work with people like me, with people like us, you know what I'm saying? We've been through the fucking bullshit. You get me? You know how much bullshit that I've created in my life before? Shit. So I know. You get me? A lot of us have this real life experience of the bullshit of this system. And we like to come on here and talk about it, or we like to do things in real life. You get me? Like, don't get it twisted. We all have our own thoughts and feelings about life. We all sit and, you know, meditate as such, or think about what is life, you know what I'm saying, what is after this. But none of us know. And I think it's a disrespect to actual nature and the creator, or whatever you want to call it, to think that you know more than what has created you. That's like saying, like, I didn't know how to build a PlayStation. That's like me saying I know more than the creator of the PlayStation, just because I have my own thoughts and feelings about it. No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, when people talk about this is this and this is that, when it regards like ancient people and the creator, me personally, I'd say don't take it with a pinch of salt, but just know that you've got your own mind, you know what I'm saying? And whoever's speaking that mind, just like me, this is just my mind. You know what I'm saying? We can all show decorum and converse about it, you know what I'm saying? To see where we can get. But we don't need to debate it, because you get nowhere then. Like, it's foolish debating like not like flat earth. Like, some people say that's not what's the point, but again, I just think it's relevant for the fact that it's natural. You know what I mean? It's not a phenomenon, it's something natural. Like, when anything's like built, it's always in a cube. It's never on a fucking ball. Like, why would the creator build a ball for us to be on? Like, what the hell? What, like, is this? That means that, like, the creator, the architect's dumb. You get me? But then again, like, people in literature have basically made this so-called God evil and dumb anyway. You know what I'm saying? And created a devil that's better. Which is like, is that why everyone? Why it's easy to feed off negativity? You know what I'm saying? So I sit here a lot of the time and I listen to people, but, you know, I find it quite hard sometimes now to fully listen to a whole few hours of someone else's belief or opinion that he or she wants to be forced as fact. And it kind of goes to show that there's still a lot of sheeps out there who follow. You know, when you're reading in the comments and things like this in the live chats, and you're looking, and, you know, you're just looking for your own research and discernment about, like, is anything really changing with the people? And you're thinking, well, no, because, you know, you've got people who say they're out of the Bible, but will always use an example from the Bible. Like, do you not know any other examples outside of that then? Can you not relate anything in the Bible to something that's happened in real life in your time, maybe with you? If not, then what type of life have you been living? You know what I'm saying? It seems like a lot of people have lived a very, very sheltered life. You know, a lot of people will come on with this over-exaggerated tone and this matter-of-fact tone, like they know everything, but really it's more of a anger to themselves that they didn't know this sooner. Like, yo, I've been there, fam. Like, we all have. We've all been there, like, trying to ram down the Council of Nicaea in people, you know what I'm saying, in Christians. Yeah, we've all been there saying to people, watch Eric Dubé, watch Bro Sanchez. You get me? The flat earth rate. You know what I mean? We've all been there doing that. But there's some things that are being pushed in people's minds that is just not real. You get me? It's just something that they believe. They do not know for sure. We are not supposed to know yet. So be your own philosopher. You know what I mean? Be your own scrutinizer of what you see with your eyes. We all have our own eyes and ears for one reason. So the inner you can see and hear for yourself. It's like when someone reads something to you, you might feel it. You might think, yeah, that pertains to me. But then when you read that yourself, it means a lot more because your mind is reading it. There's a difference from someone putting something into your mind and you listening than you looking at something yourself with your own mind. Because instantly, or what should happen, is that your thoughts then come to the top, not someone else's. And that seems to happen a lot still. So man will get out of Islam, man will get out of Christianity, man will get out of the globe earth, man will get out of certain other things, but then still he's stuck in another man's belief. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one hitting this link. Boring. Bag of police all the time around here, man. Bag of police. Let me play a tune. Wait, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing yet. No, let me not play a tune because I'm not even ready yet. What's the weather like over there anyway? It's just crazy over here. Let's look for some Saigon. I don't even know if people can even hear this. Come on, let me know if you can hear this music.
When I first met you, I thought that you and I was friends to the end. People told me then you befriended, just went to the pen. But I ain't listened to them, cause you promised as long as I fuck with you, I never be in the same position as them. Like you said, they just jealous cause we gon' get rich and they not. They work a lot, we play the block, still got more than they got. Cousin La Henny high. People say if I keep fucking with you, I subsequently die. End up with 25. They claiming you claim that he lies with semi-nines from guys, innocent ladies, babies of any size. Nah, I knew it wasn't the truth, cause they ain't have nothing for proof. They even blame you for dozens of use of substance abuse. What kind of crap is that? Everybody know the crackers brought crack to a habitat to attack the Latins and blacks. Never mind that fact, son, and I know it's wrong. You was there when my hopeless mom put me out in the coldest storm. Even though you did introduce me to smoking strong and toting warm, you welcome Saigon with open arms. That's all I could focus on. The reason I wrote this explosive song to show even the closest bond get torn. You tricked me all along. You had me thinking you was my friend. You never loved Saigon. Friends like you who need enemies. Boy, the nigga bad luck like the Kennedy. You had a nigga ass up in the penitentiary. Friends like you who need enemies. And the friends like you who need enemies. Boy, the nigga bad luck like the Kennedy. You had a nigga ass up in the penitentiary. Friends like you who need enemies. Not only smoking Newport cigs, cousin the whole 40s and 4 swigs. You taught the kid more than any school in New York did. Teachers teaching me social study, but wasn't there for Saigon to cry on after the wakes of my closest buddies. Now what you up? I depicted this picture true love. Was I just a fool or just too young? Was sprung on the booze that you brung? Snatched my soul, put a hole in it. Grabbed my mind, took control of it. Made my heart as cold as the home with the bones of it. Funny when you wasn't around, it was in no incident. Let you tell it, all of that was simply coincidence. That's a thesis I doubt. Before I met you, I wouldn't have kicked the reasons I out or had the police in my house. I wouldn't have needed keys to fly south. Bird a rat would never ease from my.
No, why have I done that? Where's Bobby's tune? Yo, what the hell is this? Yo, bear with me. Yo, who is this? Yeah, I'm on my wrong YouTube. Ignore that. Trying to find Bobby Knight's tune. Fire. Yo, there's some talent. There's some talent over there, man. Some of you, man, got some wicked bars. Different. Trust. A lot of you, man. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Like, you'd have a lot of these rappers, even over here, like, who come out of Masonic organizations. You know, you notice, like, over the years where when they start blowing, the whole production changes. You know what I'm saying? You see the clothing change. You start seeing a bit of darkness within the videos and thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of these youths, like my youth, 17, and I had to like show him certain things because he wouldn't have seen that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of youths ain't notified about these elevations of these people who, you know, we talk about stabbing and shooting, and they even been jailed before, and even some of these men don't even blaze weed. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about how they've been whipping in the kitchen and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't been whipping nothing other than to make an omelette. So yeah, you'll hear someone like Bobby Knight, and you'll be like, "Raw, this guy's got bars way more better than some of these men who are getting like a few mil." You get me? A few million views in that. You know, and he's a good guy to kind of like get information on about kind of the ins and outs of like the music industry, because he's, you know, he said before he's been there and that. You know, it's a bit like when I was kind of starting to blow in mixed martial arts. You know, they wanted me to kind of like change my attitude, you know, like pre-fighting that, with a bit more ratchet. You know what I mean? Being man's face and that, and that wasn't me. You know what I mean? I was always like in a zone and everything. I want into this kicking off and everything at like little press conferences. Because they weren't like big press conferences, you know what I'm saying? Just little ones and thing. But like when I was like heading to Bellator, you know, that's where they'd want me to make a change to myself and that. You know, just to kind of up the ante type of thing, get more views on it. But that's not me. That would have kind of took me out of my zone. You know what I'm saying? I would have known what I was doing. I would have known it's fake. You know, and you know, this is like the weird thing. Like I've lied, but I'm not a good liar, because my emotions and like facial expressions were kind of like alert that I'm like being a bit sus. You know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of mad that these people are, you know, in the media are trained to lie, and they're very good at it. You know, they're trained to make us believe that these people have been jailed and they've done this and they've done that. You know, but later on in life, a few of these people come out and say like, "Nah, that was all taught." You know what I'm saying? That was all this and that. Jump on Philly if you like. You know, a lot of these people will say, "Nah, that was peace, Quentin. Respect for coming through, man." But yeah, the link's there anyway. Yeah, a lot of these guys will come out. I think Slim Jesus came out. That the white brother, the rapper, came out, you know, saying that he wasn't this and he wasn't that. It was all just lies, just to build his profile, and that's what it is. It's another persona. You know, these rappers' names aren't real rappers. A lot of these actors' names aren't real actors. You know, this is all a stage built around us, a production. We are on a fucking production site, like 90% of the time, and it's all digitalized. It's all media. You know what I'm saying? Being forced on us. You know, a lot of these movies, or a lot of these gangster shows that come out, it's like you know, you've got like the latest one, BMF. I kind of like that still. I do like that. Obviously, it tells you there's a lot of it, and I'd probably say like 40% of it is fake. You know what I'm saying? But because you know what I mean? What we're on now, the third series or something. So they've got to extend it. But there's always 50 Cent behind it. And you know, he seems to be behind the production because his life's a lie. Like he may have gone jail. You know what I'm saying? He may have got shot. But I don't believe he's portrayed a life because if you think about it, he's never had a series about him, yet he's made series about certain lifestyles that he's professed to be in or be of. And really he's not. You get me? Like you listen to a lot of these men now, like they just talk normal like us. You get me? They don't show this like nullified attitude or giving one word answers and stuff like that. You get me? Furthermore, in fact, real gangsters won't be on live TV like that. You get me? That's why I like Saigon. Man, I never really tried to sign him because he's too reckless, you know? And then later on, that's why I like his older music because it's like, yo, you needed to kind of show out and start saying yes and doing certain things, you know what I'm saying? But like real talk, you've got like people loving off 50 Cent, yeah? And when you think about it, like I say, my man's never made a series of him before because he's never lived that life, I don't think. Otherwise, why is he making series about things? And a lot of them do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the actors as well. A lot of them are from Europe, and a lot of these guys over here as well. Apologies. A lot of these guys over here as well. They all come out of nice universities and that. They're already part of a structure. Yeah, a few may have come from certain backgrounds, but just like Tupac, he went dance school. You know what I'm saying? He went to theatre school and whatever. You know, because he had to learn to act. A lot of these people have to learn to act. Yeah. It's all pre-programming. A lot of our mannerisms, the way we act certain time, the way we move. You know what I'm saying? Like over here especially, we learn more off the people on TV, or people have learned off more about swag or whatever, or what clothes you should wear, or how you should wear your clothes, and how you should speak, or how you direct your energy to this type of gal or that type of gal, or this is how you operate in this type of situation and rare tear. That's all been shown to us. You know what I'm saying? We don't really act like that too much on road, like naturally. You get me? So it's like a falsified culture and narrative of movement and how you operate just from seeing on media. You get me? Like, if you look at certain rap styles then, like certain rap styles, yeah, you'll get like the real authentic ones from the hood, even over here. But then you'll get that bullshit that comes out of these men who are fake, that bring a whole different dead style, like that mumble rap. And then man are over here copying it. You know what I'm saying? And then we start doing this mumble rap. But then, yes, London Man, he's a perfect example. He's got some good music. And it's not from that long ago. But it's in around the times where people were like chatting a certain, a follow fashion way of rapping. He hasn't. Peace on Kiss. Respect for passing through. The link's there if anyone wants to hit it. Yeah, so it's like a learned culture. See, what is culture? See, when you look at the word cull, what do you do when you cull something? Is it a cut off? Go away. Sorry. It's like when you cull, you cut it off, you know what I'm saying? And what's cha? T-U-R-E. That's a French suffix. Like couture. Culture. You know what I'm saying? That's how you say culture in French, couture. You get me? So like, they've created certain cultures for us to follow, when really we had a way of life, a way of living. And through the interception of media and TV, or even radio at first, we've been programmed to act a certain way. Hence why over here we have acts. This act. You have to act accordingly in this society. Again, hence why they will create narratives for our youth to portray and get locked up. Just like I will if this guy continues to ring my phone. Like, why are people so inner? You know, when you put the phone down, I put the phone down on him twice. Man's still ringing my phone. Anyway, where was I? Man's lost the train of thought. Choo choo, it's gone past the station. No, I've just got a new ticket. So yeah, so then bam. This is where the whole social aspect of things come into it. This whole prison of life that they've put us in, where the media or parts of the media have been equipped with tools to navigate youngsters to jail. You get me? To not want to go to school, to take knives to school, to wanna wet up man and juke man and poke man with Rambo knives. Fucking Rambo knives, like man, a fucking Stallone around here. You know what I'm saying? Certain things have become a token gesture or a meme. Imagine that. They've created a culture, which then has become a way of life, which then is kind of put into like a comedic sense in memes online. You know what I'm saying? With the word nigger in it. You get me? Which has then been popularized, and now it's just a token gesture that anyone can say. And I see that too much now. Like me personally, shit is not gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be difficult. The difficulty is not enough people out there willing to put their fucking life behind for a bit. You get me? Their aspirations or their little fucking vices, and going out there and go and help some youths. Why the fuck, yeah? Blood, check this. If I had 1,000 people or 500 people in my live streams, right? Fam, I'm gonna go and get a hall somewhere in my community and rent that blood clot out. Because if I can get 500 people like that online, I can get at least 50 people in a hall chatting the same thing, but then taking it to a next level. So where then I'm talking to people about direct issues of like the cost of living. Living at a cost for the cost of living. But people don't want to do that. There's too much comfortability with some big man out here, right? With some big streams who just again give a token gesture of it's for children. Is it? What, when the video is not made for kids? Stop it. My videos aren't made for children because there's a lot of swearing in it, you know what I'm saying? But it's not restricted for people under for over 8. What was it? Yeah, whatever. You have to be 18 and above. But the narrative, I speak to people, adults, about children. You know, there's people out here I keep saying the same thing to, who keep coming with the same thing all the time. Big man in their 50s. You I say, how are you, blood? Oh, you know how it is, blue. Blood. You said that to me last month. You said you was going in rehab. The month before that, I said, I'll take you somewhere to try and get you in a rehab. So these bagger man out here of a certain age, yeah, who ain't got the comfort of coming on YouTube and chatting shit. You get me? There's man who live in areas still where when you walk outside, there's man with their dick out pissing. While youths are going to school at 8:45 in the morning. And I'm there shouting at man. You get me? There's man out here coming out of their fucking yards and seeing needles on the floor still. Some of them don't have the luxury of being on YouTube all the time because they're fucking out on their porch or looking out their window, or they're walking around areas where their youth might play just to find out if there's any fucking wrongdoings and seeing what's going on in their area. You get me? So they can go to their local council and say, yo, I've got a petition here of 100 people from my area. That's a start. Yeah, it makes the government, or it makes smaller governments, your council houses, realize that there's people watching them who are holding these people to accountability. Fam, I don't care if you want to say you're a Pan-African or if you're a Christian, right? If you're a wrong'un and you do things against, you're going to hold you accountable. But if you're one of them and you're helping people and you're on this list and you're coming with me to do this and that, I'm with you all the way. Come. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you are. Because you've just signed this piece of paper that's basically telling these government people that, yo, we're holding you accountable for what's going on in these streets. It's all good and well being a good parent. I don't even like that name because it just means pa, as part patriarchal, and rent. Because you rent your children. But you can't just always blame the creators of the children that we're all in the wrong, that we're not always looking for, and we can't keep them in 24/7. You get me? They're not designed for that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't kept in, and that's at 36. Man in their 40s know this. We was allowed to play out. Yeah, there might have been little wrong-uns around or whatever, but it weren't as bad as what it's been like for the last 15, 20 years. You get me? Man, I'm scared that, like, certain time I've been scared that my youth fucking will want to take a knife to school or something because he's getting drama. You get me? Or that he might create drama. That's what's constantly on my mind. Does my youth want to go and try and get a pack? You get me? When I see his little Snapchats and he's there bunning a zoot on camera with his little brethren in a whip, I'm thinking, yo, what the fuck? So I have to phone him and say, yo, what you doing? You get me? Because after about 2-3 times, he'll pick up because he knows. You look at his Snapchat list of views and see, no, my dad's looked. And 2 days later, I'll notice that he's not on my Snapchat list. You get me? Because he recognizes that I recognize. That he recognizes that I recognize. Because I've been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, made the t-shirt, sold him. That's these are the concerns of people like me. The people that keep coming in my chat. There are our concerns. For my leisure, however you want to say it, you know, I like to get involved with the flat earthing thing, you get me? But for some people, that ain't buttering their bread. That ain't paying their gas and electric in this time of like crucial need for that fiat currency. As much as we hate this government and this fiat currency, a lot of us are wrapped up in it. A lot of us have 9 to 5s and children. That people have mortgages. In fact, there's people who are going to struggle with their mortgages. Jano, yeah, 100%, 110% middle class will be merged into the lower class simply because of the interest rates on mortgages. You get me? That's how they do it, so they can basically get a parity again. Not a parity for us, a parity for the people controlling these interest rates. How does these interest rates go up? By man. Ain't just going up because it's going up. It's going up because it's going up by man. They're doing it on purpose to put a whole heap of fucking stress on people. So people dead. So people have heart attacks in their fucking early 30s, late 30s, 40s. So people have no aspirations. That's what's going on. Fam, why am I getting emotional? It's fucking pissing me off. Real talk. That is what's pissing me off. Shit like that. When I put it down to the nitty gritty. Ain't no one really talking about that. And it's always the same people who come in my chat, who will go in London man's chat. Certain people who go in Philly's chat, who only like this, who listen to this, they'll vibe with them. They'll hear what I'm saying. Whether or not they've been through it, it's about their mind and where their mind is. You get me? I don't look on the news 24/7 to look at the new technology. You know what I'm saying? I look at the fuck what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I look at what they're doing with the crypto. I've lost thousands. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too bothered. You know what I mean? Because I've secured things in other ways. But I've lost thousands, so I've had to look at why. And when I look, I think, Rod, Blue, you're a dick. Why didn't you listen to my man when he was giving you more game than what you've got now? You could have had it then. So any little mistakes I make, I need to rectify them quickly, seek the help, seek the knowledge, and then tell people so they don't get into it. So I'm not doing this. You get me? So like I say, these people are going to merge the middle class to the lower class because they'll put the man-made infiltrate, yeah, the interest rate up on mortgages, car insurance. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know, over here in our shop, in our supermarkets, right? I argued yesterday over a 30p, which I don't know, like a 30-cent bag, a shopping bag for 50p. And what I didn't like is like the people, the shop store people, they're like holding all the bags, and I'm thinking, yo, that looks stupid. I'll just take them off you. Like, I'm not paying for a fucking bag. Like, this is how shit's got me. The price of food in the last year has gone up exponentially. Listen, you do understand, but realize shit is gonna go worse. This is a fucking skull and crossbones year. Yeah, 232. 232, 223, or however you want to put it. Trust me, these are Masonic numbers in this year, and you're going to see a whole heap of fuckery go on. Unless you're watching other people chat shit and debate. Yeah, like I say, a lot of these debates I've just been going through. A lot of these people now, I just listen. I don't really listen because I've heard it all the time. Just said differently now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my own intellect on a different level. Certain people can't fuck with me on common law. Are you mad? What are you gonna do? Tell me about your ancestors. Try and fix some flat earth. Shut up. Talk to me about common law. Talk to me about law, criminal law. You get me? Talk to me. Do you know how to write? Do you know how to be an affiant? Do you know? You see what you see what your kids in school after 2 years of like being told get them out, or is that too much work? Lady Shay, peace, sister, or is that too much work? Some of you don't need to work. That's great. You get me? Much power to that, for real. Some of you got little businesses. Yo, open some little LLCs. Trust me. Fuck all that government shit. You get me? You can't get out of it. Get even with it. Don't be below it. Get parity, par. Get me? Get reparated. You get me? Reparation. That is the root word of. Then you get me? Par, level, even. Get that. Yeah. All these Freemason lodges that talk the shit. They give out money so they can cover up a lot of the bullshit that they do. You know what I mean? They're a charitable organization purposely to give out money, to get money. That's how a lot of these charities work, especially over here. Hence why I've been in a lodge for so long. But I haven't come out there with a fucking badge saying, I'm a Freemason. No, it's not for that. It's to attain a certain position in life, a fucking status, if you may. So when anytime I'm spoken to, I want to be spoken to with respect and accordingly. How they speak to someone who's got $1 million or pound estate. I have a small estate. but I have an estate. So therefore my state is in order. My estates are in order. So me, I want respect when spoken to in certain aspects of society. We all should want that. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's hard to get a trust because you need a certain amount of money to open it. But why not make a small business? In fact, you could actually relinquish your birth certificate, relinquish your social security number as you the person, meaning the straw person, and then create yourself again as a business. See, that's what you can do. Then you're not a person. You're not counted as person in a patriotic system. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. Look, it took me a while to learn shit, but now it's easy for me. It's different over here when you do things and it is over here, but it's the same concepts. You know what I'm saying? We're still using the same types of mind, the same energy. So it's like OG Filler. I agree with a lot of what he says, but you have to remember he's in a position where he don't need to work. He's nice, he's settled, so he's calm. So his opinion is facilitating for him just for him. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people who can't just want to throw away the government yet. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I'd say see, all this sovereign talk, you can't be sovereign. You ain't getting out of this system. So you need to learn it and navigate through it so you can get yourself away from certain things so you don't have to deal with them. So, it's not far-fetched relinquishing your name and being a person and then creating yourself as an organization, as a corporate, or because you're seen as a corporate entity anyway. You get me? Why do you think a lot of these people have diplomacy, immunity, a diplomat? Because they've created avenues for people to kind of sail through in a way. Through maritime, I won't say laws, but acts and legislation. Now, if we know all of this and we learn this, that means then we're entering their realm. We're entering their language. A lot of what we speak is already what they call legalese. You get me? I already explained before. When we say mean, you're being mean. It's a mathematical language. You're saying the average. It's another word for average. And the explanation I give, or the example I give, is if there's 12 toys and one child has 8 and the other has 4, that child's mean. Not that he's horrible. He's just got the more of the average because he's got 8 and the other's got 4 out of the 12. You know what I'm saying? So we use this language already. You know what I mean? And there I said it again. So once we attain this different language of how they speak, they can't see us as minors. They have to see us as majors. What do you do when you major? I did a major. I wasn't able to do the masters, but I majored, meaning, well, over there it's a major. In America, over here it's different. But I'm the equivalent of a major and not a minor. And that's simply because of their society, what they've created around us. Because we're seen as minors, not minorities, but minors, like children until the age of 25. Like they have to govern us and do things for us. So a lot of people who went boarding school and private school and elementary school learnt these elements. You get me? Learnt this language of speaking, of how to get out of it. Plus they had the family backing anyway to be in such facilities or schooling. And these are your lawyers now. These are your big firms. These are your Golds and Sachs. These are your Murdochs and whatever. What was that, Quinton? Yo, man. I went to my brethren's the other day and there was some jerk wings there and I was just looking. I had to manifest the meat. I had to manifest that. You know what I'm saying? The taste and everything. I had to take the smell and just try and grab it and make it into matter. Oh, man. I really wanted to eat them wings. Yo, what am I talking about wings for? Stop it, Quinton. Where was I? Yeah, so this is why I say, please, don't just wake up in the morning straight away and go on YouTube and listen. Wake up in the morning and go and get a book. Try and get a book from the library. Go and get a law book. You know what I'm saying? Go and get a book on business, creating business, learning projections, learning how to write up a business, learning how to get it out into the public, learning how to market it, learning, how to strategically finance it, your money and stuff, you know what I'm saying, your yearly projections and whatnot. Go and do that. I that's what I had to do. I had help. My baby mother helped me, you know what I'm saying? Like, she knew I wanted to do it, but she knew what I was like. Like, I just talk and kind of half do it, you know what I'm saying, and leave it. But she was there to help and guide me through it better, you know what I'm saying? So I owe a lot to my daughter's mum for that, because she's got her own little salon and things, so she was already up to speed on it, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I did any of this on my own, you know what I'm saying? We all need help. So yeah, I don't see. Yo, is anyone gonna hit this frigging link or what? I'm just talking like I'm just talking to myself now. Shit. Where is it? Where's the link? It's there, man. You know what I mean? You can only say this. This is what I'm saying. You can only say something so many times in so many different ways before it gets boring. And I can't hypothesize on real life shit. You know what I'm saying? I can only say it in a real manner. What else can I talk about? What else has been bothering me? Yeah, like these fake Masons on YouTube. Like these ones that don't give anything out. They just talk that they give. Like there's only probably like one guy I've seen in like a certain order, like Mental Ninja, who's like showing me real shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys just have signs. Top 3 languages at the moment, I'd say Chinese. I'd say maybe probably depends what kind of field you're in. If you're in construction and stuff like that, I'd say Eastern European, one of them languages. If you're into technology, I'd say Chinese. And then I'd say some people need to speak English better. I'm joking. I don't know. I'd say French or Spanish, because that's kind of like fluent in a lot of places as well. Parlez-vous français? Can't remember anymore. J'étais deux. Door. D-O, Dior or D-O-R-E means gift. Dior means gift. I don't know why that's just clicked now. What words have adore? Adore, the gift. Theodore. God's gift, because Theo means God. That's why when you say the, it's like just add the O and it's like Theo in it because of or that's why they say L in Spanish, because your word or your first breath is coming from what is of God's mind as such, you know what I'm saying? They're connected. I don't know where that came from. Don't know why I was talking about Dior. Is no one gonna come up and speak and relinquish this mic for a bit? You get me? I don't think I've had 12 people watching before in my live chat, and I say that in 11. Yo, it's like what's like words like Benedict. Bena means what's that? Fine? Or is that bueno? Benny? That means something. And then you've got an edict. What's an edict? What's an edict? Benedict. Why am I so concerned now with these words? What's going on? Happy New Year, yo. Get me. Spring equinox and all that. Nova era. Edict. Right, so an official order, proclamation. And what's Benny? I like a lot of names and meanings. Right, yeah, I thought it did. Yeah, so Bene means happy and well. So yeah. A happy order. That's what Benedict means. Or Benedict. And then obviously like Theodore, God's gift. I just said that. You know what I'm saying? It's mad, innit? Certain names, like a lot of names were given like by you know, like the name teacher, obviously someone who teaches. You've got Rivers, you know, name by area, name by association. It's like the word Smithsonian. What's that? Son, make, man. Because ion, I-O-N, also means man. Because you've got the name Ian, I-A-N. You know, even with names like Fabian, Fabion. You know, then you've got names that pertain to things like animals. Piso land. You know, like names that pertain to animals, like Pedro. Then you've got names like Vamos. That means horror. You know, it's kind of mad because if you think about it, why would you need a name? I know what you look like. I don't have to call you anything. That's why you have people with strange names in Germany like Schweinsteiger, which means pig climber. Steig is to climb. Swine is pig. You know, it's mad. The word Stuart comes from the linguistics of Schwarz, meaning dark. Zart. Swart. You know, like the word Schwarzenegger. Egger means corner in Austrian, and Schwarz means dark. I don't know why I only know these because I can speak German, but I could only speak German because I spent a lot of time fighting in Germany. I mean, not like mixed martial arts, you know what I'm saying? It's good to know different linguistics, but then again, it's also good to be able to ascertain information through gesturing, through hand signs, sign language, you know what I'm saying, through expression, you know what I'm saying? Because bearing in mind, I always say the voice in our head only has a voice because we speak. I can have multiple conversations in my head and multiple different thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's just a hub of activity in there, purposely. And, you know, in some aspects, it's kind of convoluted because there's too much going on. You know what I mean? We have too much information that don't need to be processed because it's not full process. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you clear your cache, people need to do that, get rid of junk data. And I think we're holding on to a lot of data, or data, as you say in America, too much, and it's the wrong type. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Key Norfolk. Yeah, man, respect Regent. Yeah, I wanted to learn sign language. Definitely. But then again, we all know some. You know, it's like before numbers, there must have been a symbol, because let's just take it back to, like, I don't know, when there was no need for speech. Like in the small area that we're kind of like inhabiting, we're going to see certain things that we all can see and we all know. So whether you go there on your own or go there with somebody else, you don't need to say, I'm going to the tree. You get me? Because it's a fucking tree. You can see it. There's no need for the name of it. Exactly. Telepathy. You know, it's like, we always say when someone comes in. No, let me finish off what I was saying, because I have too many fucking personalities coming in. Let's say, like, so yeah, like we know it's a tree. You can see it's a river. When we go and pick food, if you go and pick something, I might look at you, and I know that you're looking, saying how many, and I put up either one finger because I can see how many fingers I've got. I haven't counted them. I can just see that they're there. So I'll put up either one finger or two fingers, and he or she will pick up required whatever. You know what I'm saying? We know danger. We would have known herb through trial, but not error, because there would be no error, because you would have not known the error beforehand. Meaning, if you take a certain berry, which could be poisonous, how do you know it's poisonous? But then again, we could have already had an innate built-in system that then said, wow, red could mean maybe not. You know what I'm saying? We would have probably looked at something what would be called now the color green, and seen that it's lush for vegetation. But then again, through trial and not error, we would have seen what would make us sick. We would see what things could be used. We would have looked at, it's just like the animals. Beavers already had an innate built-in knowledge of how to make dams. Like, they were made for that. Yeah. Birds already had an innate knowledge of how to make a nest. We learned off that. We learned off these animals. You know what I'm saying? This is why they were personified, but didn't need personifying. They just needed to be symbiotic with us as beings on the same plane. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. Yeah, a lot of them animals what probably eat meat now never ate meat. They probably only do it because they're in reserves. And we've always thought, since the introduction of TV, that animals eat other animals. No, that's sick. The creator or the architect of this place would not do that. It wouldn't do that. Just like I said, it wouldn't put us on a fucking spinning ball. You know what I'm saying? Like we're little hamsters outside the wheel. No. Everything's done for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Everything's done for a reason, man. And we would have known that from the beginning through these trials of life and ways of life, not culture. No need for that. No need for words, no need to names for what is, always, should have been, and what would be or will be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to get too deep. You just put yourself in a certain meditated state and just think to yourself. Like what I'm saying, how I'm explaining it. Get me, believe me. You better frigging listen to me now. You better believe me. Cash at me. You get me? I'll give you all the truth. I've got it all, man. Cash at me, man. I'm here. Got this. Yeah? Cash at me. I don't want cash. You know what I'm saying? I am the truth. Yeah, I'm going to get struck because I've got the truth. I've got all the secrets. No, I'm joking. Mad, innit? Everyone's got these secrets, but it's a secret. How do you know the secret of a secret? Huh? Yeah, blood. Quentin, it's like when someone comes in the room, yeah? If you're in a happy state of mind and someone comes in, like your girl might come in, blood. For some reason, yeah? I remember my baby mom, my last one, cheated like years ago, innit? So I took my ute off. No, I'm joking. I had to take my shit for different reasons, but there was just something in it. One time she came in the room, like in the front room and like, or in the lounge or whatever you want to call it. And something was just off. Even her smile looked fake. It's like under that smile, I just seen a grimace. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. And I just knew the vibe was different. Like like she was exuding, yeah, an aura that my aura, my good aura. What the heck? Sorry. I am going to move from here still soon into my mum's house, but it's too quiet up there, man. But it's like people will exude a certain energy that then kind of taints your energy if you're vibing in a good way, you know what I'm saying? And I'll just leave it as that. I'm not going to start talking about interconnecting chakras or whatever like that, but that's just the vibratory energy that humans have. You know what I'm saying? It's the magnetism. You know, that's the aura, the ori, you know, the origin, oriented. What am I talking about? Oh, don't say that, Sunkiss, because now you're going to be making me bark at people before they've even come in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Someone will like come to my door, nah, you brought the energy before I knew it. I'll be like, oh no, I was going to pay that money out earlier. Oh, see, my bad. There's just one woman in it on YouTube. This woman, Sunkiss, said that your energy is going to end. But yeah, man. Energy is a crazy thing. You can't see it, but you can feel it. And you can harness it to do certain things that can create so much desperation in life or give so much meaning to life. You know, it's just mad how it's used and then how it's received. I've had to learn to receive energy better, you know what I mean? Because I think that's through growing and speaking to different people of different. See, when I was in jail, it was different because it was more on a criminal aspect. Yeah, there was man in there who were like chat about Islam and thing, but that didn't interest me. I'm on about like, not like on YouTube, it's not about crime, it's more about open-mindedness, you know what I'm saying, and seeing what level people are on without trying to put them down straight away, you know what I'm saying, because everyone's entitled to that opinion, whether or not it attracts to you. So I've had to learn that type of ability, how to take on someone else's energy, whether it's so-called good or bad. Like what is good and bad? What is bad and evil? Wait. What is negative and positive? Like, again, these are just words that are man-made attributes to gauge. Like time, it's a gauge. Like we were gauged before by natural occurrences of life. But with the introduction of man making time, we've then narrated to nature. This is why there's such a this is why there's no equilibrium. You know what I'm saying? This is why our equilibrium in our head is it unbalanced. This is where you get the Libra scales from. The Libra, Librium, equilibrium, equal scales in your mind of the chemicals that are in there that can get mixed up to then create different thoughts. Remember, these thoughts can either matter or don't matter. And what makes matter? Mother makes all matter. Because if it don't matter, it's not there. That's why I say all this mythology don't matter to me because it's not there, it's not physical. Because it wasn't birthed from something that can make physical. See, the word matter is European, a Germanic way of saying it. Matrix matron, all pertains to women. You have a matron who used to work with children on the wards, you know what I'm saying, with the babies, looking over them. Like Mary Seacole, who they never tell you about, who was looking over people in the war. Not Florence Nightingale, Mary Seacole. Sidebar. So with some words you can kind of get a good explanation, but I feel some people take it too far. And I just try and keep it as simple as possible. Like I say, we're already speaking a certain language. So when we say matter, we need to know why we're saying it and what it means. It means if it's not there, it doesn't matter because it's not physical. Everything is birthed to make physical. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy still, like how some people have took what I've just said there, and in their way of saying it, it will take them 3 hours. That took me like friggin' 2 minutes, man. I don't need to show you no symbols neither. Yo, I had my mic muted. So I had Amma on my arm. You see in the so-called swastika, I've got the frequency and magnetism symbol that I made on my hand from my mind. You get me? I'm not copying off no Google nothing. You know what I'm saying? See, I can't go on Google and pull up a picture of how I'm thinking now, you know what I mean? I can only do that from me. Otherwise, what am I doing? I'm just copying, you know what I'm saying? I'm going on to Google to take someone's picture and interpret what they've put on there without speaking to them first, or finding out the true vibration of what that meaning is. Or every single tat that I've got, I've created myself with the tattooist. You know what I mean? Like, obviously I've got a lotus. A lotus is a lotus, you know what I'm saying? It looks how it looks. But the rest is my creations of how I feel energy works and moves. And obviously a lot of them are from places that I've been in the world, you know what I'm saying? You can feel a person's intentions before they speak. That's why you shouldn't open palm, shake hand. Hence why you will feel their energy. Before they've spoken, you'll feel their energy and see their face. You'll feel their demeanor. You know what I'm saying? So Quentin is right. That's why, in a way, you should just give a big fist keep it moving. I hate them man who will give you a make their arm come from right behind their back and give you a big like hand clap kind of thing and shake your hand like blood. You've just took all of my energy right there. You know, like you've got a big gauntlet glove on. You've just took my superpower from that big open hand exchange to where you want to hold my hand for ages, and it's like an awkward situation. I'm trying to take my hand away, but I'm thinking I just don't want to drag it away. But my man's like holding my hand, talking to me in a nice fashion, and I'm thinking, blood, you're sucking my energy dry. No, it's not that. I've got to snatch it back and say, yo, stop holding my hand like that, man, like you're my daddy. What? No, I'm joking. But yeah, it's you don't, blood, trust me, you don't need Google and you don't always need certain signs to figure out how people are. Yeah, it's experience of life, of being around so many different people. You know what I'm saying? It would be good if people can get to different countries and that, you know what I'm saying, see how different people view certain things. You know, it's like when people talk about Pan-Africans and everything. A lot of people over here and in America will like be on this Pan-African thing, but never go to Pan-Africa, never go to Africa. Never, ever. You know what I'm saying? Don't wear no African clothes, and when they do, they're made in China. Like, what's going on there? Why don't you got your African auntie to go and make them for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of crazy still. Because Africans that come over here, they see like me or my type of mixed and so-called Black British and Jamaicans over here as kind of like, they look kind of trying to look down at us. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't done enough to get us out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think to myself, well, you lot get a lot of money when you come over. You get a lot of support. You know what I'm saying? You have churches built. Like we've had Jamaican people over here or whatever. They've never been given a few million to open up some big, massive church. You get me? In like the upper ends of my area where none of the people then are gonna go. You just bag of Africans up there. You know what I'm saying? And it's mad. Like it looks, yo, the building's amazing. And there's a few of these congregations now that have opened up and they're all African. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. And then I think, is that a social ploy? And I think, yeah, it is. It is. The more Africans that come over to England, I don't care. Like, I'm not bothered about that. But they're gonna Christianize it again. You know what I'm saying? There's bag of Jamaicans as well, like dickheads who just on this Christian thing all the time. And they're like, I'm not in it, man. I'm not in it. Too many weak people, too many weak-minded people. Like, and talk all this spiritual warrior shit. Blood, your fucking frame's weak. Your mind's weak. Even how you speak's weak. Like, it's crazy. But you're gonna tell me about a powerful being. You're gonna tell me about a mythical, is that how you say it? A mythical character, Lord Jesus, who's a myth. And you're going to tell me to get power from a myth, but you're going to say that with backbone. Huh? That's the craziest thing. Man are saying a lot of this stuff, yeah, with backbone. A lot of it, yo, that's like me, blood. If I went to even my son, he knows. I've tried, even when he was 5, I've tried to mess about and say, no, Sonic's real. He's like, no, he's not. He's a plushie. He's a toy. We make it. I'm like, no, he moved himself. He's like, Dad, we play with them. Like, they don't move themselves. Like, he knows what's real and what's not real. You get me? And I'm a big man trying to talk with backbone and say, yo, no, Sonic's real. And he's like, no, they're not. So that's just exactly the same as when a man's like, yo, and we'll say Zeus, because that's who Jesus is. That's where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? But then again, is it? Oh yeah, he's loads of them, innit? He's like, who else is there? Pisces or Pish. That's how you say that. Do you know the word fish? The word fish is pishk. That's how you say it, really. That's why you have a Piscatarian. It's P-I-S. It's how you say disc, basically, pishk. How do you spell disc? I don't know. I can't remember. D-I-S-K. Wow. Did I have a thingy moment? Did I have a Mandela moment? Wait, is this spelled D-I-S-C? Yeah, it was on floppy disk. So why did I say K? I don't know. But yeah, Pisk. So he's got Pisk in him. As I said, piss. he's got Pishk in him, which is Pisces, Pishkish, and Neptune. Because when in the Bible, yeah, in that book, they're on about Jesus fed 5,000 people, right? No, he didn't. He gave knowledge to so-called 5,000 people about two fish gods, Pisces, Pishkis, Pishk, and Neptune. Duh. Why is that so hard to even find out? Why is that even so hard to see? That's standard. That's not even scholarly. That's not even scholarly. Like, come on, man. What else? What was I even saying? Yeah, Mytho. Even after all that, though, imagine speaking like as we have here. We spoke like that to many a Christian or whatever, or people of faith, and they still will draw out a scripture. You know, like they've just drawn out a big magnum. You get me? A big 6-shooter, police blood clot, special snub nose thing, 38. Like, yo, man's just drawn out the big Bible. Like, stop it. And it's still embarrassing as well, because sometimes I take them to task on road, innit? Kind of sometimes come across the road near me. You know what I'm saying? I take them to task. And then just around the corner there, you've got Jehovah's Witnesses. So you've got two brothers, Hebrew Israelites, and then you've got Epic. You can jump up if you like still. And then you've got around the corner some Polish hanging from a tree people instead of a cross. No, I'm joking. Jehovah's Witness people. Crazy. 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 What else? Oh yeah. This is how I know there's some fake Masons in the midst of of YouTube, because again, I've shown the lodge that I sometimes attend, or the library and whatever, not being a Mason or anything like that. But why don't these other people like see? You could probably see if I was fake. Like, look, I don't have a Masonic like symbol with the or skull and crossbones anywhere or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because members of Masonry or Freemasonry don't need to do that. You get me? Like, it's not even a big thing like that no more. But it still seems like there's a lot of people who want to believe or make us believe that they've been initiated into it, but they never talk about it. But they'll have up their Masonic symbols or whatever, and I'm thinking, yo, you've never shown us that you can attend a lodge. So I do believe a lot of people beg it, and I think a lot of people beg being a Mason, especially on YouTube, because they think they can get traction from it. They think that they'll get picked up by somebody. You get me? And what does that show? That shows that a lot of these people who are starting to get a lot of views don't really have full intentions for the people to really give them the intellect. Like, I'm not being funny. Fam, if I'm doing let's say like if I do an Aboriginal stream, before I do like a I should only need to tell you like 5 streams max what to do. If I'm still telling you the same thing, like, yo, you're not listening then. Like, certain things have been going on for years now, yet people are still in the same spot. Why? A lot of people are waiting to be picked up by certain Masons, real talk. You get me? I take the piss out of it, I do. It's not even like, yo, these people don't know a lot of things. They're just connected to be able to attain wealth and be in a charitable organization. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they know like a lot of the stuff that we talk about. Socially, they know about social aspects. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these people are more under the Hermetic Trimegesta, or however you friggin' say it. The Trismegusta. Under that Hermetic doctrine. Some of that's all right, to be fair. Because it's not like Bible. It's not religious. I mean, it's not faith-based. But there's a lot of fake people out there who are really begging attention, but trying to talk like they're for the people, man. Nah, they're not for me. Like I say, once you've been a bullshitter, once you've been a liar and a manipulator, then you know all the tricks of the trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I've been going to this lodge now for like over 5 years, you're telling me I can't tell what a proper Freemason is. Like, the maddest thing is as well, when I go there, it's not even like this bag of, there's hardly anyone in there. Like, they have functions in there, but it's not like there's like inner workings and stuff like that. There's a library, there's like books that I've got a bag of knowledge from that I've needed. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, it's all about infiltrating. So then you can really stand in your square. Like when I showed, like some people have brought up the fact that, oh, you was in a lodge. Yeah, I've shown that I can go in a lodge. Wow, the fucking guy's there, like the Freemasons there talking to somebody else. While I'm there explaining what these chairs are and what these things are. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with that? That's what I should be doing. But no, people don't like that. But I thought, you speak about Freemasonry that much, but when someone goes in there and shows you what go on and how things are set up in the other like the aspect over here of them, you want to like cuss and belittle and say and you know what I mean, not see it for what it is. And that's crazy. It's crazy, man. I'm like, should I put that link out again? I'm like, I've watched a few people. I've seen a lot of tomfoolery, a lot of fakery and skullduggery. You know, a lot of backbone in some man's in certain man's yeah, for real. Yeah, and I'm like, no, listen, do not be paying for no why do I keep saying PSV? Do not be paying for no pay-per-view. I can't even say that word. Don't be paying for none of that one. Blood, anything that anybody's speaking about, yeah, other than their beliefs, you can go and research yourself. So go and do that yourself, man. You get me? Go and attain that yourself, because when you read that yourself and see that with your own eyes, and you take that upon yourself, you see it different. You react to it different. You take it in better. You know what I'm saying? If not, run along. Go and pay for some of these pay-per-view things that you're not getting nothing. You ain't coming away with it. Same old arguments, circumnavigated arguments, both echo chambers. You know what I'm saying? Even if your echo chamber's good, right? Why are you making money off it? Why make money off people when you're talking in some of your streams about how hard it is? That's like me putting up a cash app. After all my streams, I'm talking about the hardship of people, the inhumane treatment of children and stuff like that. Like, don't get it twisted. The children that I do the class for the Muay Thai, well, it's kickboxing. I can't video all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed. I have to get a waiver. You know what I'm saying? And some of the parents won't allow it because I've asked. Otherwise, I'd be showing that. You know what I'm saying? I like to show things because I know it pisses certain people off. Because a lot of people will there's too much talk, and talk is cheap. Who said that? DMX. Well, it was on one of his albums anyway. But yeah, talk is cheap, man. But then again, it's not. Because of too many of you cash up in your fucking gas money, your electric money, your petrol money. Imagine you've cashed up someone $20, yeah, £20, right? And then the next day you lose your bank card and it's a Sunday. Then what are you gonna do? And you've got no cash. You can't get to like anywhere. Like, and the world and your streets on just about to explode you, and you have to leave before there's a mass explosion on your street. And just because you cash out that $20 or pound, you can't get off your street because your car's got no. You just get down your road and it just cuts out the car. You've got no petrol in it, and now, bam! All of the streets caving in. You're gonna die, or because you wanted to watch something on pay-per-view, or because you didn't want to go and look at the shit that they're speaking about on pay-per-view yourself. No, I'm sorry, innit? I'm sorry. I'm sorry my streams aren't full of like Google pictures and other things and videos of what other people have put up, and then I do the narrative for you. I'm sorry. Sorry I'm not doing no review videos and cussing out and certain things, you know what I'm saying, and shit that don't really mean anything to me. I apologize for only speaking about what can we do for children and what can we do for self, you know what I'm saying? Sorry for speaking about common law and businesses and stuff like that, but that's like gossip. Thinker Heist, come up, please. Because I'm starting to lose consciousness of my own brain. I get bored. Do you know what it is as well, though, Sunkiss? I get bored of my own talk, innit, sometimes, because I don't want to sound like I'm saying the same thing. Like, I am conscious of that. I'm conscious of people thinking that, yo, this guy's just saying the same thing all the time. You know what I mean? And more time, that's why I don't get into too much bullshit. That's why I don't really like debate about certain things, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I like to speak about shit that's affecting people right now on the go. All right, say nothing. Like, there's a lot of like mixed up like commentary that I hear. You'll have a person going at the Bible but using the scriptures out of the Bible to make a point on certain things also. Like, to me, that don't make sense. That's like me moaning at someone who smokes a lot of weed and then I still smoke some. Just don't smoke anything then. Let the other brother smoke what he's smoking. Don't initiate your defense of what that person's using for offense. And that's what a lot of people do as well, because they haven't got a lot of intellect. They've just got education or the same rhetoric and narrative that goes around. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone will ask you a question, or someone will tell you something of reasoning or their belief or opinion, and then you ask them, well, is there any way you can prove that? Is there any chance you can kind of show me that's attainable? Oh, no, you show me. I'm like, what? How am I going to show you something that you brought to me? Like, that's in your mind. That's your image. I'm saying, can you make it matter? Otherwise, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Matter being the physical. If it don't matter, it's not physical. So let's just leave it there. Let's not. See, that's another way. That's another way kind of like, see, these little plain ways of me seeing things have just kind of made me fall back a little bit and not take things to heart too much. You know what I'm saying? Because if it don't matter, it don't matter. Because if it don't matter, it's not there. It's not matter. It's not physical. So let's just leave it. Let's not let the mind play tricks on us and take things too far and then let things get convoluted to where we're just now discussing or debating or arguing over a thought, over what someone may have thought without the knowledge of knowing if it's real or not, or true, or if it's even fucking matter and physical. Like, stop that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Make it tangible. I don't like that word for some reason, Sunkiss. When I say it, it don't like relate to like, I can grab it, you get me? Like, I might have to look up that word. Tang. Tangi. I know a guy called a Tangi. Man, like a tangible. No, I'm joking. Good guy still. Beat me up in there as a heavyweight. But yeah, man. I think it's just about keeping it real. A lot of us have children of young ages. You know what I mean? A lot of my like personalities are good for my children. Like I have split personalities and they're all good, you know what I mean? I don't have them schizo split, you know what I mean? Like I'm that guy split. You know what I'm saying? It's like climbing up the walls and thing. But my personality now, the way I've become, because I've dropped all the negative. It's good. It's made me feel like a kid, a child. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was a kid, I'd be a goat. I don't want to be a goat. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just good to be yourself and keep it real. That's when you get the. See, I like to be questioned. I don't like people to feel like they can't ask me a question. I like my personalities to be open so people can ask me questions. I like my personalities to be open so my children can be who they want to be, you know what I'm saying? All right then, G, nice one. Yeah, I want my children to know they're gonna be able to grow up with a father that they can ask anything of, anything for, and if I can do it, I'll get it done. If I can't, there'll be an explanation of why. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can spoil my children, but I don't. I like them to learn, you know, that there's a lot of irrational behavior of other parents that have caused their children to act a certain way. And I want my child or children to be them shining lights or guiding lights of openness that, you know, they'll be their peers because of the experience through their pops, you know what I'm saying? Because the root word of experience is peer. You know, above your peers is, you know, I'm a peer of people who are my age because of the experience I've gathered in certain aspects and things, you know what I'm saying, of society. So you should want your children to learn that as well. Because if my children aren't better than me, then I've failed. You know, and I don't use that word lightly. But if I don't bring better to my children, a better understanding of society and life and what's around them, the pressures and whatever, then I've failed as a father, you know what I'm saying? You know, as a creator. These children were once seeds that have grown. And every seed that needs to be grown needs water. And water carries intelligence, if not the most intelligence, because we are submerged in all forms of different water. So my children, our children need water in like plants to be able to grow and flourish with the right information. You get me? Not with that stagnant water. If we're like water beings of light, that didn't make no sense, but it sounded prophetic, not pathetic. No, I'm joking. Yeah, if we're like whatever I just said, then there's a lot of intelligence and operation going on throughout electrical motherboard, if you want to say. And just like certain water, you can discolor this water through experiments of speaking negative or a certain tone towards it, you know what I'm saying? See, when you say certain words, you have to say them with anger, because if you try and say them in a peaceful way, it doesn't really resonate. So certain words are made to say with a certain vibratory aspect to them, you know what I'm saying? So it comes out as a vibration of energy, you know, and how we receive it. And we've been programmed to receive certain things in a certain way. You know, that first like initial diagnosis of what's been said to you is sometimes a pre-programmed loaded thought of how to act upon what's been said, when knowing yourself will kind of release you from that pre-programmed first thought. And then to be able to kind of, you know, people sometimes will jump. You know, if you take a few seconds to digest what someone said, someone will jump on you and say, "Ah, I got you now," and you're thinking, "No, you haven't. I'm taking in this information." You know what I'm saying? So I'm processing it and computing it in a manner or manners of ways or context of ways it's been said to me, so I can give you the full and fullest answer. You know what I'm saying? And again, a lot of people who do that kind of haven't leveled up, because to me, it's showing me that, you know, a lot of what they're really thinking isn't elevated thinking. It's more of a like an imagination, a belief. That's why they'll jump on you straight away, because if you take in that, you'll be like, So you've got to jump on that before we can get it out and try and convolute that person, that being's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? See, I see a lot of this going on. It ain't high science. It's just dickheadness, if there's such a word. You know what I mean? I can't even answer that yet. So, you know, like I say, once you've experienced or been part of, you know, a social experiment, and you get through it and you see it for what it is, and you can kind of like see the root of it, go through your life and see what you've done, then it's like, well, you can't tell me nothing about life. You might be able to give me good examples, you know what I'm saying? But I noticed like certain things I've said, I've heard bigger channels mention. You know, some of our channels don't get shared by bigger channels, but we'll be all over their channels supporting them, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the time you'll hear a lot of these people talk a lot of what we've been talking. And also it's like sometimes you'll get to a certain crescendo, but then the main guy will want to jump in and take your crescendo and crescendo that himself, to then make people think that he's put the icing on. I mean, he's put the cherry on the top. You just done the icing, but you already had the cherry there. Yo, what's going on, Thinkers Heist?
Blue, what's up, brother? How are you, fam?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yo, your mic sounding good, man. Yeah, that mic sounding professional.
Sure. I appreciate you. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've not seen you about, but you know, you're like me.
Turn this
you know
motherfucker on in like 2 months, bro.
Yeah, for real. I did look the other day to see when we did our stream.
I've been working a lot. Yeah. So that might have been like 2 or 3 months ago, bro.
Yo, you might have to come in and go back out, because there's a little delay and it might just keep overlapping when we speak.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're bogging a bit as well. You might, you know, because your computer's not been on for so long, it might need an update, restart. But yeah, I like Thinkers Heist. He's a good brother to talk to, you know what I'm saying? And again, it's like, he's like one of them guys, like, you know, like a few of us who come on here, we're not doing streams every day. You know what I mean? We have real life to take care of. We have things to take care of out there. You know, I feel like taking care of this guy's jaw in a minute. No, I'm joking. Why do you always have to get violent, Blue? I'm not. I'm just messing around. And it needs to warm up.
I think I got some audio issues, man. What it sound like now?
Yeah, that sounds better.
But I could hear like some type of like little like buzzing when you talk. So I don't know what it is. What's going on? I've been using my computer in a while. I'm trying to buy a new one, but I work so much and I work third shift. I be having time to even make my own videos. I don't have time to jump in on nobody else's, because for the most part, I be asleep when everybody be up recording.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I think it's gotta be a delay, man. Yeah, it's gotta be a delay.
I've not had that issue before though.
It might be mine. It could be my internet, because I got a slower internet now.
Yeah, and I've got my Ethernet cable as well in my laptop.
Yeah, that shit, it's gotta be my internet. I don't think I can stream.
I'll ask you a question though anyway, because I can hear you. You know what I'm saying, but we can work with the delay. Saying because you've just mentioned that you work, and I was just like earlier talking
Would you
about that.
ask?
Well, earlier I
Yeah.
was talking about like certain, I agree that we don't like the government. It would be good to get rid of it, but I was saying that some people need it. It's not need it, but some people are kind of interwoven with it because they go to work, and you've just alluded to that you're working. So I was just thinking, like, how do you see them type of things?
How do I see people who don't work that should work?
No, like you go
Is
go
that
to
what you asking?
work. No, but you say you work, so obviously people will say, well, you're part of the government, part of the system. You know what I'm saying? But I was saying, well, some people need to go work because they've got mortgage, they've got this to pay. So the question is, like, how do you see that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a bit of a difficult situation for kind of us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for me, I look at it, I could see it both ways, but to be honest, the only way that this thing is going to shuffle is with bodies, with money, you know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily 100% agree with the monetary thing, like what we got going on. You could see the inflation in America is kind of like ruined a couple of the top banks. Like these is like in the top 20 ranking banks. So as far as like money and all that shit is concerned, regardless, there is a system and a design set up that doesn't allow for us to ever had the opportunity to catch up to them. And I don't really think that the mission is to kill anybody. Like, like it's so much of a standard that we basing ourselves off of somebody else when really we all understand that we need shit, and the only way to go get the shit is by either pooling our resources together and getting off of the system, or perpetually being individualized, fighting against each other to gain little pennies in the system. Only two options. So like I don't think enough people that are prepared to come together. In these conscious communities, niggas like to come together and debate about nothing and argue about nothing, when really the true mission should be coming together and trying to find the opportunity to build our research. But it's so much in family rivalry and bickering and debating that it kind of limits the opportunity that niggas even have within their own strengths, within their own powers. So for a person like me to work, I just know I got bills to pay. And if I don't go to work, I'm gonna have to do some crime to be able to create the money to pay my bills. The bills ain't gonna stop. So am I supposed to not eat? Am I supposed to not wear things that I want to wear? I mean, I drink Patron. I blaze gas. Am I not supposed to make some type of energy to create it?
Yeah, for real. Um, it's funny because I was speaking about an hour ago or so about the inflation and the interest rates, and how over here, and obviously maybe other parts of Europe, America, you're going to have a merge of the middle class merging with the lower class because of this now. And it's like, the maddest thing is you've got people speaking about this inflation like it's like it all going on here, like it's look, it's man-made. These things don't just go up just how it is. These are all levers that are made by men or women or whatever, um, the people established. The banks, yeah, they might be having trouble, but these people who are working at these banks and in these run these banks, they ain't in trouble themselves. Their family's not in trouble themselves. I was saying earlier that I think this is just almost inhumane, almost, because there's more now people homeless. You know, over here, all I see is them making building more apartments for students to come over. A lot of Chinese and African students are over here. I don't see no like accommodations being made for these people who are homeless and out here stealing in the economy, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get by. But then again, why would they help these people? Because these people help the economy of probation and prison and police, you know, and these policies. So, you know, it's an evil cycle that goes around, and sometimes I think people look too deep into what's really just in front of you.
Yeah. I mean, truthfully, what do you think about the whole design of, you know, because it's really a dream for us. I think that we honestly do come into these communities because we do see that there could be the potential for, you know, a hope for us to unify and actually put this thing together. But what do you think about, you know, understanding that there is a sharp system? It's a crazy system they got, and they never essentially get held accountable for these types of things. You know, as a regular civilian, you know, to communicate about middle class being merged in with the lower class, I think that that's an economical design that has been in place probably since like the 70s or the 80s, and it just came to fruition today. But do you think that with everybody who has all their own individualized goals, do you think that there will ever be a time where we could put all those things to the side in order to come together with a unified goal? Or do you think that it is I want what he don't have, I want what she thinks is desirable? You know what I mean?
I think on that last point there, I think that's always going to be there, you know what I mean, regardless. But I think, like, because of how I talk about things and how I always say, like, each person should individually learn the system. You know, like, you know, it's just so many like facets of us in different situations who kind of like you say, you work, but you know the system, you know about it, you know what I'm saying, you're not stupid. So there's a lot of people like that. And a lot of us just can't put work to the side and think these bills are going to be paid from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And with the middle class situation, it's like, you know, what they do with the higher class, they'll tax it. You know what I'm saying? 40% tax. So they're just taking basically half of your shit. But with the middle class, it's more of these people would, let's be like contractors. You know, these are your small contractors, you know, who have their small businesses, and that's what's being ripped away from them, which is just disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And me, all right, then with the money that I've got and the assets, I'm in a middle class tax bracket. But I live in I'm going to move into my mum's, you know what I'm saying, properly, and relinquish where I live now, because I live in a lower class. So I see everything anyway. But, you know, there's not much. Well, I'd say we think there's a massive wealth gap, but there's a wealth gap from middle to low. That's a big gap. But from high to middle, there isn't that much of a gap, because then you've got your corporate businesses, you know, your multi-million, you know, your multi-billion corporations that don't work off money. So I just think it's going to be, I think it's just going to be real hard, you know, for us all to come together and basically, you know, either take over the system or beat it. So my best thing, what I always say, is get even, get on par, have parity. You know what I'm saying? Know all about it, to be able to navigate through it, to be able to get yourself away from it enough that you can live some peaceful form of life. But again, like you said, this shit's set up for us to have a bit of peace, think we're getting a good piece of this fiat currency, and then bam, this happens. Food prices go up exponentially. without fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? So this is designed to keep us down and proper leave people under a lot of strain and stress. Go on, Bridget. Oh, salute to the MFs and goings. Yeah, man.
My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. It's kind of like a delay from my end to yours or whatever, but hopefully it works out on the stream and that it goes seamless or whatever. I don't think that many people realize what this money thing is and what really quantifies these percentages. So the fun fact is, people don't know that if you make $70,000, you essentially are in the 10% class. Like, we're confused into thinking the middle class and upper class is this thing where it's like 100,000 per year between 125 or 200,000 or something like that. But realistically, any human that makes 70K is in the 10% of the whole world. Anywhere in the world, you could survive with 70K and be rich pretty much. But to also go back into, the financial crisis that we were talking about and stuff. I've got a book. I think it's from maybe like 2008, 2009 or something like that. And it was literally like at the beginning of the recession. It's called The Devil's Lie Here or The Devil Lives Here or something like that. I forgot what exactly it was.
The Devil Lives Here.
Huh?
The Devil Lives Here. It's when they went into the financial crash. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, man. Respect.
Yeah. So it essentially tells us what we're going through today. Like, although we only in our lifetimes, all of the fractional loans, the loaning on mortgages, the double, triple loaning on mortgages, like they created so much imaginary money based off of people claiming they would pay a debt back, and it ends up inflating these stock prices for these fucking things. Make a bunch of money off of it. Nobody ever pays the debt, and it just goes into this unrecognized, unrealized debt and loss account. So when the things started happening where, we had the 19 effect, everybody started asking for help and handouts, and there was this remote thing that existed. People had the opportunity to make fictional, imaginary money in all type of ways. Oh shit, child tax credit. Oh, unemployment. Hey, EDD. Like, bruh, PPP. They came through with so many different ways to give you free money that they didn't have. I don't know why nobody didn't see that this is what we would come to today. I'm confused. But yeah, go ahead.
No, no, yo, I like how you said all that because I didn't know just that finishing bit there. Yeah, man, I didn't really. Yeah, you explained that well. I'm feeling that. See, ain't nothing over like, all right, then you've got people in the Americas called the Glaziers. They own a soccer club in over here called Manchester United. And they basically brought that on debt. And it's just mad how these things happen because it's the supporters who are holding that club afloat while they take out dividends, you know what I mean, each year from the tax, the rebate. And, it's kind of like, sorry, 1 minute. It's kind of like with your treasury, these promissory notes don't go back to a treasury because what is treasure? You know what I mean? It's gold. So there's nothing back in this fiat currency. You know what I mean? And even more so, they prove it in criminal ways where, like when I got raided, they took my money, they didn't take my gold. Because that gold's not in this system. The fiat currency is. So that's what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, ain't nothing ever gonna. You're never gonna pay the debt off unless it's going in a treasury. You know, it's never going. It's never gonna get paid off. So,
Yeah.
wow.
It never gets paid off. For us here in America, I'm not necessarily sure how it works
Same
in
over
like the
here.
UK and stuff. But do you guys have like a like what was called like a collection agency? Like as far as like with the credit thing. So like let's say a person has a bill and then they don't clear the bill or whatever, and it leads to a
Yeah,
particular
people.
company.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
come in
yeah,
the middle
yeah.
and say, "Oh, okay, we're gonna lower the score,
Bailiffs.
the value of what this human is worth." Right? The this shit is funny, right? So who's keeping a score for them? Like, is there any record to determine that they've done good for the people in any way? Or are they the people that just judge other people as this private entity of strawmen?
Well, do you know what's mad though? Like I was saying earlier, like I don't even know if I should really say it online. Basically, you can relinquish your real name, yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
create yourself as a business organization.
Yeah, people got to research that thing, but to me, I haven't seen a true way that it works. You know what I mean? Like I know, like me and you,
That's
we've
how I've
talked
done it
about.
though. That's how I've done it for. I've done it. That's how I did it for a trust,
Yeah, I know.
for an
That's what I'm
estate.
saying. You've talked about this thing a couple of times, but I'm not sure how it works, and I don't think people know how it works. I don't know if you want people to know how this thing, like how you've created for this thing to work for yourself and then bring it as an example. But everybody who talks about this thing, nobody has it as an example set for themselves. Like it's unprecedented, bro.
No, it's not. It's just that it's to do with your tax bracket in class. Even though I'm not like what you, I'm still. I see myself as still like lower class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or that's how I would get seen. But the assets and fiat currency I've got puts me in a higher bracket. So with that, I was Unica P system. I was able then to create a trust. But with these, because obviously I brought two apartments, so they're assets. But then I had to learn capital gains, so I had to open a capital gains trust. You getting it? I've got an equity trust. I've got a beneficial trust, which is for my children. So I don't like talking about it openly, but I've said to people, email me, you know what I'm saying, or telegram me, and I'll show
What's
you how
your
to do it straight
You
away.
got your email? You got your email on the page? I don't think I have mine on the page. I got like all my other social medias, but I don't have an email on my YouTube.
See, check this. Do you know if you like create a business, even if it's a charitable organization, yeah, where you can get money from charity, yeah, because you might be setting up something for children. I know a bag of people who have done that. And
Right.
with doing that, you can then basically, if you want to, you can get rid of your social security number or your, and over here it's a national insurance number. I don't have a national insurance number. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in the system. I don't need their assistance of anything like that because I have my own assets and money. I have my own estate in order, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So
But
if
out
go
of
on,
a curiosity, how exactly does that work when you need to endorse yourself for certain things? Because like, um, let's say you apply for something, and in order to like get approved for it, you gotta endorse your signature with things, and you gotta verify it with
yeah, but it'd be a company
multiple.
signature.
Huh?
It'd be a company signature. Your signature, your company or your corporation
Mm,
will have the social security number.
mm,
You're just gonna be the human. So anytime you're
mm.
recognized, your ID isn't gonna be like birth certificate. It's gonna be your company.
So I got an idea to do that here, but mine is kind of like multi-layered to where like I want to front it through an LLC first.
Yep.
And then I want to be able to get a couple of trademarks and put the trademarks through the LLC, but I still want to be able to start like, you know, something outside of the realm of that builds on both of those. You know what I mean? I can't figure out what will connect my LLCs to my trademarks.
Well, check this.
That's where my problem is.
We can talk about that though, because imagine this, right? So my all right then, I'll have to talk to you privately. So with the name Blue, with that accent, it's been like that for years. Before anybody had the name Blue, like I am the first Blue on YouTube then.
Yeah, we were talking about this with the accent, because you've
right.
got the accent
That's
logo,
trademark.
right?
Right, so that's trademark.
Yeah.
So if you go online, right, and see anybody, try and find anybody with that name like mine with the accent, with it just that, nothing added on it, you will not find it. Because it's trademark. Yeah, because it's trademark. You can only find that if you go on the corporate house list. You can't find me nowhere.
Yeah.
Because I'm private. That's that. It's just took me not took me a long time, but it's just took me a lot of work and help from people.
Right. Man, I've worked pretty good in this technological age to be separated from my human to my internet persona. Like, I am this human. I could turn this fucking camera on and be the human you know me to be. But what I'm saying is, as far as like, you know, the internet name versus my human name, my born name, they don't parallel in any context. Like, I've been able to separate them shits because I've always understood, you know, my own particular privacy. I've understood like this thing, like as real as it is and as revealing as a person wants to be. Honestly, at the end of the day, this shit is a fucking troll. The whole internet is a troll, bro. And I don't think anybody is truly their true self, man. But I've always done a good job to eliminate the straw man or the display name from the born name. And essentially, as far as a business entity, I want to create that same thing. And I researched this stuff, but I can't connect the dots, man. So, but that ain't even.
We'll try and help. I'll try and help.
Yeah, word.
Because I'm not gonna lie. Go on, sorry, because I cut you off.
No, go ahead, do your thing. Pardon me. I'll mute up.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, me personally, I think I was putting too much of me online, to be fair. You know what I mean? I was putting too much of my personalities online. So I've kind of just wrote that in, you know what I'm saying? But I will always talk the same and have the same energy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, two things that happened to me that in a way was kind of what's the word? Fortuitous, like fortunate. I had Bitcoin from years when they were small and you could buy things. My brethren had Fruit Loops and we used to use Bitcoin to buy like beats or little samples and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I forgot all about it, and one time he was like, yo, you can sell these for a few thousand. I was like, mad. And I had two of them. So I sold mine and got quite a bit of money. Plus I had drug money. And then we got compensation. My mom and my grandma, you know what I'm saying? Which we should have got years before. So I was lucky in that sense. But then I was like forced into having to, I've got that. Yeah, man, I've got that. But then I was kind of like forced into having to kind of like deal with how to deal with this like money and how to move basically move my drug money in it. Because the compensation that I got was a lot was a lot to me, you get me? And even the money that I got from the Bitcoin was like a lot. Like 1,000's a lot to me. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a greedy guy or anything, but I was more forced into having how to deal with that money because I'd never had that amount before all in one, you know what I'm saying? So I was being told to like, yo, you need to get this trust done ASAP. You know what I mean? That was like 2016, 17. Yeah, 2017. But I only got a certain amount of money because I stopped selling drugs in it for a certain amount of time. But
Fam.
I was just like, I didn't trust. I was just scared of like thinking, yo, I don't want to do that. I might just gonna have where's my money then? What's like? I don't want to buy this. I don't want to have to do. But I was being schooled into what to do with money. Peace, sister Amma, enough love. I was being schooled in what to do with the money. You know what I'm saying? So I have a lot to thank my great uncle in Philadelphia and his wife and my baby mom, my daughter's mom. You know what I'm saying? Because she learned and showed me how to work my finance better. Because I was only used to drug money, so she had to teach me how to like grow up basically and be a man better with certain assets that I was getting or able to get.
Yeah, I've paid attention to the Bitcoin wave since 2014. I kind of wish that I invested before 2017. The first time I ever invested or figured out the opportunity to invest or convert my fiat to Bitcoin, excuse me, it's not even investing. It's essentially just converting the bullshit to something that can be quantified. Like it can be quantified into
Just other bullshit,
21 million. Yeah. So I don't know. It was essentially just conversion. But I learned about it in 2014 when it was $200 and I didn't know where to buy it. I learned about it through a Wired magazine. So I got a crazy story. So I was like kind of like dealing with a girl, but I wasn't in a relationship with the girl, and I didn't want to commit. So randomly on a payday, I packed all my things up. I bought a bus ticket and I rode that motherfucker from one side of the country in America to the other side, like one coast to another coast. I live in Ohio and I went from Ohio to damn near California, which is the opposite edge or whatever. And I ended up like staying with my sister for a couple days, and me and her got into it. She kicked me out. I ended up going to a homeless shelter. I'm gonna turn my camera on because this shit's hilarious. I ain't got no shirt on though. But so I ended up going to a homeless shelter, man. And in the process of being I gotta change some settings. But in the process of being in the homeless shelter or whatever, I ended up going to the library and coming across a Wired magazine. And inside the Wired magazine, it talked about Bitcoin. So I ain't know where to buy it. And between 2014 and 2017, I essentially forgot about the whole shit. And I think I gotta close my internet and come back in order to pop my camera up. But I'm gonna finish talking and then I'm gonna jump back in. I'm gonna pop back up with my camera on. But yeah, so I came back to Ohio in 2015 and I had that magazine and I got into it with the girl that I left Ohio originally to not be with. And I lost the magazine, my car, everything that was in it. Long story short, I was watching a interview of Nipsey Hussle and he name dropped Coinbase back in 2017. So I downloaded the shit, I got my account set up, and I never put a credit card to be able to link it to convert my fiat to the Bitcoin. So from the beginning of 2017, I watched it go from 2K to 20K, and I don't think I invested until it was about like 18 or 19K. But yeah, I've been in the game for for what I would say is a long time. You know what I mean? But given as it's algorithm based and it's gonna go for the next 120, you know what I mean? Like Bitcoin's rocking for until June 2140. Like the blocks are gonna keep decreasing until then. So it's the inevitable. Like in due time, all this shit gonna disappear. Everything motherfuckers thought that they thought was cool, it ain't gonna be worth nothing. But
yeah, there's always a Thanos ending. You know what I'm saying? When everything just disappears. But
I'm gonna close my
yeah.
internet and come back in just so I could pop my camera back up. I ain't been on camera in a while.
Yeah, I look tired, man. I feel tired. I went training again today, started training again. I'm gonna lie, I had all my youths yesterday, all my little youths, and they just run me ragging, man. Do my head in. I feel like beating them up. For entertainment purposes. No, I get beat up, I do. Real talk. Sick of them. Harassing me all the time, telling me to get off the sofa, move out of the way, kicking me, punching me. Mad. I went training today, then went swimming. God. I want to learn to swim again, man. What am I learning to swim again? It's good exercise. But that's what's going to do me good again, getting back training. Because I don't like speaking about crypto, because I've lost so much money at crypto, but then again, I don't care, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? There's worse things to lose than money. Like, literally. If I was living on the streets, but I could see my children, I'd be nice. Not be nice, but you know what I mean? Yeah, I would be nice, because I'd be ignorant. You get it? But you know what I'm saying, innit? There's more things to life than money. That man's like, no, I should fuck up with it. I want to jump off in a bit. Respect for everyone coming through. I appreciate it as always. What's this? What some kids say? Sorry, I am looking at the chat. That's one thing I wanted to make sure for my son. Can ask and get. Yeah, for real. For real. I'm not gonna lie. My children ain't seen things like crack, and I'll rather say that Rago in it. They ain't seen shit like that. My big boy, obviously, he has, he knows about that. I've had to tell him about shit like that. But all my little youths have seen bud, seen herb. You know what I'm saying? They've never seen me blaze it, because I hardly ever blaze. They're never interested in it. You know, because they've seen it, so like they're prepared already for any peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because they've seen that it's not an issue for them. You know what I'm saying? In some cases. So yeah, it's always good for children to get the right end of the stick. You don't be sending out your children out there like with no information, man. You get me? No life skills and thing, man. You get me? And you parents better have some life skills as well. Go on, Heist.
I'm trying to change my settings for my computer. I've got some stuff going on. I can't figure out why StreamYard isn't allowing for me to use my camera. I got OBS.
That might be why though.
Yeah, I got it installed onto my computer, and it's what's showing up at the camera image. And when I try to click what my webcam is, it doesn't allow for it to pop it up.
You need to go into that OBS and go into the default camera thing, innit?
Yeah, I'm in OBS right now, but I can't figure it out. I don't see where it's jacking my camera, because Sanchez taught me that shit. I had jumped on Sanchez shit one day, and he had told me, like, bro, go to your OBS and turn that shit off. But I think I turned it back on because I be making my own videos, but I just don't upload no more.
Yeah,
let me see.
I think the next time I go live, I'm gonna do this because I got some medical information, you know, all of the vaccinations and that from 8 weeks to 79 years old and that.
You
or,
going
or the,
you going
or the medical
you gonna have to
notes.
code your words, bro.
No, because it's a way of doing it. Because this information's, I've seen it. This should be out anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just make it. You just make YouTube aware that you know this is just for the all intents and purpose of people just knowing. That's it. I'm not telling people to change their views. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. This is
Facts.
just general
Facts.
information. You know what I mean? That's out there already.
Can I share my screen? I want to show you what I
Yeah.
got going on. I got some type of issue going on and I cannot figure out what it is. I'm gonna present my screen. All right. So if I go to the settings, yeah, all right, look. So if I go to the settings and I go to my camera and I click this, it does nothing. It doesn't allow for my camera to pop back up. And then when I go to my OBS, because I got OBS, when I go to my OBS, it don't load up. I can't figure out where exactly I'm supposed to click.
You know what? Then you might have to go into your actual computer settings, like on like in your actual desktop settings or something. And then, are you on a laptop or PC?
Yeah, I'm on a laptop, but I literally don't have any cameras set up right now. Like, I
What?
don't
So are
understand.
you?
There's
So
no
you're not using a separate camera?
Well, it's a webcam connected to the computer.
Yeah,
But
unconnect that.
what I'm saying is it's not linking to anything. Like, it doesn't even
All right.
register that
Okay.
I have a webcam right here.
Hey.
I don't understand, bro. This shit is so.
Yeah,
Sanchez
that's
told me
crazy.
this shit one time,
Go,
but then
go,
I
go,
downloaded it again.
go to advanced.
Advanced.
Right. Video. Nothing about no web quiz. Must be
Yeah,
something.
like this shit is crazy. I don't know. I was trying to turn my
Yeah,
camera on.
that's mad.
But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know,
I ain't
man.
gonna fuck up the stream. I ain't tripping, bro. Yeah, cause I
No, I'm
can't
gonna
figure
I'm
it
gonna
out.
jump off anyway.
For sure. How long had you been live? Cause I just woke up, bro. I work third shift now.
Oh, well, you start at 2 o'clock in the
Bro,
morning or something.
no, I go in at 10, but I ain't even going front, fam.
Oh,
We
even
had this
laptop. Everything
conversation,
laptop. What you mean? What you going 10 in the
huh?
morning? You mean what 10 at night?
Would you say?
What do you do? Go at 10 at night? You mean?
I can't hear you. Would you say?
Do you go? What do you go into work at 10 at night?
Yeah, bruh. I go to work at 10 at night. But look, fam. So all right, man, I posted this shit on Twitter, man. But it's coded, so nobody knows what I'm saying. In order to accept my job, I had to take an oath, bro. You hear me? You ain't respond. You ain't
I don't,
respond. Yo. Bruh. All right. So I got bad news, man. All right. So I was looking for work, man. I couldn't find a job. My bills needed to be paid. So I filled out an application for the US government. But guess what? They accepted me. So essentially, I work for the executive branch of the U.S. government, but not in the way that, but not in the way that people think though. It's not like that. I'm not a worker, bro. I'm just a worker bee. I'm not a criminal. I'm also not a cop. But in
But can
order
you
to
infiltrate it? Can
there
you
is no
infiltrate?
nah, there is no infiltration, fam. I literally just move packages. That's it. That's all. But it's for the U.S. government, unfortunately. But yeah, no, like, bruh, I work on the inside now, and I see this shit, and it's so funny to me, bruh, because nobody knows who I am. It's like the opposite effect of being a mole, you know? All right. So, in a sense of, in usual circumstances, the government entity will send their henchmen to do investigating, but it's completely the other way around. I don't work for them. I work for me. They pay me, but I'm investigating.
Look, at the end of the day, like, I don't know.
He said, I don't know.
I don't, because look, like you say, you got bills to pay, and
Yeah.
look, when you say it like that, like, I work for the U.S. government, like executive
It's-
branch, people are going to be
it's-
like, "Yo, what have you signed up to get fucking FBI or something?"
It's
But then when you say like,
vague. It's vague, but it's
Man,
not
but-
that, bro. It's not that.
man works for FedEx.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, bro, I just move packages, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but to another nigga, you're a federal agent. Nigga, you work for the government. No, bruh. No, bruh. Not like that. I just move packages, man. But no, yo, I took an oath to accept my job, and this shit is mad funny to me because honestly, I don't think people signed up for the same thing. Like, all right, if you take an oath, you essentially telling yourself this what you riding and what you sliding for. But there are people that have taken this oath that essentially are illegal immigrants that don't even speak English. How can I validate that their oath is equivalent to my oath? It's all a joke, bro. It's all a fucking scam.
Yeah, it's just like you're trying to pledge allegiance to make sure the security of the parcels get to where they get.
Literally, bro. That's literally what it is. It's parcel, nothing else.
Do you know how many man, right, who used to sell drugs who I know work for, like, over here we've got like what is it? Yodel and Parcel Force. You know what I'm saying? And I don't look at them thinking, no, is that how you work for the you've got the crown, the symbol on there. You know what I mean? Like what they have on the post boxes right over it. Well, when you used to have post boxes, they got post boxes. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to him and say, yo, you're an agent working for the MI6. It's not bothering me, man.
Nah,
You know, some people don't get the
It's not-
message.
it's not the same.
Of course it's not. Like, who on earth's gonna come online and say, yeah, I work for the special branch of the FBI? Like, what's good, yo?
Now
And
that's
he
different. Yeah. No, that's different. For sure.
And like, it's mad as well, because the reason if I wanted to become, like, the reason I couldn't become a Freemason, not that I wanted to be, but they asked me if I wanted to be a member, and I said, well, what does it entail? And they're like, well, what do you have beliefs in? I was like, I don't have beliefs. He's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, I have knowing and comprehension. I've been saying that for years. And he was like, well, what God do you subscribe to? And just listening to, like, subscribe to, you know, like I have to pay a monthly fee. Like, and I'm like, none. It's mythology. And he was like, oh, okay, well, you have to basically, he was like, well, you have to kind of subscribe to one of the deities for you to be able to become a member of Freemasonry. And I was like, well, I'll just come and use the library then. That's it. He was like, oh, okay. That's no worries. And that was it.
Yeah. as far as Freemasonry is concerned, I just
It's
I
boring.
don't I don't want to be involved in no gay shit, fam. So I am pretty much aware that from my own personal resources or researches, pardon me, that it's kind of like this little hazing tactic. They want to see whether or not you're willing to keep a secret bigger than the secret you're already holding for yourself. But all that shit is gay, bruh. Like I have not convinced myself that it's something that's other than something that's gay. Like, bruh, the outfits, the the secret order, all that shit is like it's a troll to me. But I'm very intrigued by it. I like researching it. I
But that's
like
what it is. Sorry, go on.
pardon. I like researching it and I like understanding it from the outside. I think that it looks much better from the outside and it gets real I don't know, orderly once you're a part of what the organization is. And I don't necessarily agree with the order of it, but some things do look appealing about it. So, I mean, I could see how, the curiosity could allow for one to be like, you know, they've initiated something with me, but I don't oblige. I get that shit, bro. But I'm not a Mason. I
You
wouldn't
know
be a
what?
Mason. I don't want to be a
You know,
faggot. So, were you talking? I think your mic is muted.
my bad, my baby mother. I have to go and she wants to come and get some food. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like me personally, when it comes to like masonry, I am a mason because of in a building sense. But then again, I'm just trying to build me as a man, you know what I mean? And whoever's around me try and build their mind as well. But you have to remember there's many offshoots of go away. There's many offshoots of certain uh, entities that people seem to be attracted to that don't have nothing to do with regular Freemasonry. You know what I'm saying? Because certain Freemasons, you would be your police captain over here, would be like a mayor. You have doctors, physicians of top of their trade or craft,
Facts.
and they're in conglomerates. But that doesn't mean that they've had to do any of that mad rituals that you only seem to see on TV or in some of these frats, because that's where most of it happens in these little Greek fraternities. You don't really
Facts.
get paddled or swapping of eggs and being put in a coffin and being told to kind of like tell all, you know what I'm saying, amongst your fratus or your brothers, you know what I mean? Normal masonry is about giving, but a lot of this giving is to also nullify or hide certain other organizations that go against other organizations that they give to. So they play both sides of the fence. They'll give to organizations that, give out vaccines and whatever, but they'll also give out organizations to people who have got either, you'll call LLCs, or we've got charitable community organizations for children. They'll give out money for that as well. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, but like I say, when it does come, that what you're explaining, yeah, that's better to be on the outside of. I see that on a different level. I see that when you're getting adoration of millions upon millions upon millions of people,
Yeah.
getting all of that, you then have to get into more of the occultism. You know what I'm saying? Because you are
Yeah.
now a star. You're looked upon as higher than the craft of other people, like these surgeons and other masters of their craft. Even in some sports, you'll have the GOAT, hence GOAT.
Right.
Because it's all Freemasonic based in a way, but in America it's more like, I don't know, like you'll have some of the Cambridge and Oxford and Eton boys, a lot of white boys who are now politicians and whatever, and they was like doing little silly, like having these little parties and whatever, you know what I mean, slapping each other's asses. You see it in football when a man will slap another man's bottom for like doing something good. Like,
right. With no explanation though. They have no explanation as to why they're doing this action.
Because they're in a, when you get to a certain elite status of sport, or like I say, in acting or whatever, music, you're taken in more mentally by the approach of we're a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with doing it. It's like when you say to a big man, yo, there's nothing wrong crying, big man. But they took it to a point of, yo, there's nothing wrong with like, walking around naked, expressing yourself and showing who you are without being scared. That's how they'll put it to you, to make you think that, oh, it's all right.
Yeah, right.
Look what's happened in Power. The last Power that not Power. What is it? Who's in the Tajadas with the Tajadas, or what are they called? Yeah, Power. With the U. Tariq. One of Tahata's sons, or however you say it, Tahata. He's homosexual. They've put that into that because they'll try and portray gangsters can be gay and thing. You know what I'm saying? They've done it in Jamaica from a long time.
Batty boy.
Yeah, but like
me.
I don't. Not that I do mind it or don't mind it. I just don't like how it's, because it's always been there. I've always known people that are gay. It's never really bothered me. It's just that the fact that there's more content to it now. There's more context to it that even homosexual people don't like. That's how bad it's got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
the commercialization of the risque.
Yeah, but a lot of homosexuals don't want it. They don't want the attention. You know what I mean? They've never wanted it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the amount of probably hatred what's towards that now is more because of social media than it used to be. I can't remember enough people going blood. I can't remember. I've never known anybody in my area that's been beat up for being gay. I don't know none of my man them have beat up man for being gay. Not even in jail, fam. We might laugh and call, man, but come on, man. Man are all showering together. You know what I mean?
But me personally, I remember a time where it wasn't acceptable. And I do recall where, people had to essentially shelter themselves from what their own personal belief was. I think the hinge of the door has broken on a lot of things, because so many things are acceptable as far as like this performance enhancement. As a human, you're allowed to recreate your physical form. You're allowed to. Pardon?
You said the hinge. I'm thinking, the whole door's been kicked in. there's no door anymore, blood.
Yeah, right. Well, I was trying to give it enough credit because, when the wind blows, sometimes they don't move. Sometimes when the wind blows, they do move. So I just think maybe the draft could control the hinges on the door. I don't know. But, man, I was gonna go all the way back. I was gonna go back to my profession. Yo, fam, believe me, after the oath, they asked me, do I want a t-shirt or an apron to confirm that I'm a member? Bruh. I told him give me an apron. I told him give me a fucking apron. But I'm not amazing.
What was the reaction when he said? Did you see anything? Did you see any
I saw the look, bro. I saw the look. I understood.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I swear, cause like I do my research, so I'm like it's a social experiment for me to try to understand what you think I understand. So I told dude I wanted the apron, and he looked down as he checked it, and then looked up at me as if I didn't understand what a t-shirt was. And I'm like, yeah, no, I want the apron. How long does it take for me to get the apron? He looked down at the paper again, checked that motherfucker off, and told me, oh yeah, it's gonna be about 2 weeks. But the look, like the way he was like looking at the paper, he knew I knew something, but he couldn't really confirm it.
You know what I'm saying? And I bet if he was like the t-shirt, he would have pulled that out of the box behind him.
Yeah, he'd have grabbed the t-shirt off the rib. Bro,
You know?
I'm still waiting for a fucking customized apron right now. I'm never gonna wear it. It's just funny to me.
Hold on,
They
you
asked
deserve
me.
that. You took the oath though, so you deserve that. They're going against their own oath.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's why I asked for the apron. My nigga, you made me take an oath, bro. I don't even believe in y'all shit, bro.
You know
Give
what I
me
mean?
that
Let's
shit,
do it.
bro.
Come on, yeah, let's do it right, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, give me that shit. Straight up and down. Give me that. Fuck it.
Yo, trust me, like I think, like I don't know too many like. See, even me be going to the lodge so many times, like I've been there easily like over 50, 60, 70 times, easily.
I
And it's
never
always
been.
like empty. There's never everyone in there because it's only there for like show to make them feel worth something. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at it and think, you lot are fools, man. I was gonna say another word, but it probably got shut down. But I was like, you lot are so like hell bent on being validated with all of this fake grandeur of like whatever. And I felt like sometimes when I've gone there and like they've spoke to me about things, and because when I did my degree and I passed my degree, that was a bachelor's, and I was gonna do a master's, but I didn't want to, because when I was reading it, I was like, yo, that's way too indoctrinated for me. Like, no, I didn't even want to be. Yeah, so I declined from it. But they made me an alumni of my social class. So basically, the people that was in my study class, I was their like
Valedictorian.
yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, how did you do that?
Yeah. Top of the class.
Yeah, but I was as well, you know. I'm not gonna lie.
Smart, bro.
It's not that as well, because I went there as I went there as a mature student, and two, I'd been through a lot of things, and a lot of the people there were like, I think the other oldest was like 27. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than that, they were between 20 and I don't know, 24. And these are the people that come into your you become probation officers. These are the people that may become police officers or community wardens, or you know, work in prisons and that. And I used to think to myself, yo, you lot have not got a clue about life. You know, not social life. Like, you've not lived none yet. You've just come straight in like this school of thought through statistical data, as you lot are learning, and through people like me by studying me. And I'm studying you lot.
Studying you.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
like, this is crazy. So like my tutor and like the dean and that, he was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, them man were like loving me, you know, because I was just like, I had all my tattoos, and just the way I speak how we speak about things now. And it's like, I think they was just taken aback by just my general experience of things in it that they see as knowledge. I don't see it as knowledge, it's just experience of what I've been through.
Yeah.
But because they've never been through it, they see that as, I've got, wow, he's got a lot of knowledge, you know. And plus, you know, my background being mixed but being seen as socially black, it looks good for them, you know. But I relinquished that alumni thing about 2-3 weeks ago, because I have to take a master's, and I don't want to. So I don't want to be an alumni in it. So more time, I think my time is coming to an end now of kind of like being in that circle. I've kind of got what I've needed from it, to be fair. And
for sure.
it just becomes boring because I don't want to be one of them like that. Because
For sure.
yeah, I just, just talking in certain circles sometimes. Yeah, it's all right, like 3-4 times or whatever. Go to 1 or 2 functions just to see certain faces that you might want to see. Who have got big investments of certain things. I was just like you say, testing the waters and trying things I've never tried before. But after a while, it's like these men are just like not for me. You know what I mean? And I'm not racially profiling, but a lot of them are all white old men, fat old men.
Right.
Some, there's a few Asian man there. You've got your so-called token black man, and then people like me and a few of the youngers and that. But it's kind of a big turnoff. They like the aesthetics of me. They like the aesthetics of someone like me walking into a lodge. Because then all it does is say, yo, look, we can get these type of people to come. We're not bad. You know what I mean? But like I say, for their plan to fully work, I had to become a Freemason for them to push out their rhetoric, and that's not happening because it goes against everything I say. So
For sure.
it can't work.
Yeah. That's where the intersecting lines do not parallel. For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm hungry. My baby was belling off my phone.
Yeah, bruh. I heard your notifications. Your shit was smacking.
One of them's not. One of them wants some food. One of them is not happy because I was supposed to go and get him from school and I forgot. I didn't forget. I just couldn't get there. Now she's just bugging because she thinks I'm not going to get him tomorrow. But I will. I always get him.
For sure.
But yeah, pressure.
Yeah. I appreciate the opportunity to jump on, man. I don't even be seeing people on my feed all like that, bro. So when I saw you on the feed, I had just woke up out of my sleep. I be laying in the bed and now I fuck around, turn my phone on and see what's going on YouTube. And when I seen you was live, bruh, I jumped in the comments. But yeah, I greatly appreciate the opportunity to build with you, man. It's always powerful.
Yeah, always, man. I appreciate it as well. You know what I'm saying? It's reciprocated. So
For
yeah,
sure.
man. Yeah, man.
All right. Enjoy your meal, man. I think I'm about to go ahead and get another double shot of this Patron because I don't got to be at work for 6 hours.
No, I've got some AU. You know what I mean?
AU? What's that?
Yeah, some pineapple AU.
What's that?
It's like in this gold bottle. Someone makes it over here, like one of the rappers make it over here. It's all right, man. It looks snazzy, but when you know what I mean, it's got nothing on the Patron, so
Patron ain't nothing special, man. It's killing my liver, man. Don't tell nobody.
Oh yeah, I've got your email as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, give me some info, man. We gotta build back and forth. I kind of need your help as to how to delineate myself from myself.
I like that, delineate. I like that.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
say nothing, man.
For sure.
I'll email you soon as then.
All right. Peace, brother.
All right,
Peace,
yeah,
chat.
man.
All right. I'm out.
All right, enjoy your day. Yeah. Yo, bliss, greatness, and power for everyone coming through. Always appreciate it. I don't know why I've got sneezes. I never get sneezes. Don't know. Maybe I'm nervous because my baby was coming. She's gonna tell me off. She's like, "Why are you seeing your phone? You look up blood clot." I'm like, "What are you talking to me like that for? I'm online." And it's the one that can fight. Does kickboxing, used to. So But yeah, man, respect for everyone coming by. It's always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I like talking. I don't talk for just me, you know what I'm saying? I can just do that on my own. Just talk to the mirror or the wall. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. I'm used to that. Plenty of prison. But I do speak for you, you know? So again, one love, greatness and power to all. feel like I need, like, you know, like I need an ending crescendo, like something. I don't know what though. I got one.